Rick Sines with Z-Bart of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. Stop by their location at 4535 Everhart for auto alarms, window tint, diamond gloss, auto detailing, rhino linings, and more. Call 361-985-9274 for more information or to make an appointment. Z-Bart, it's us or rust.
Good evening, high school baseball fans, and welcome out to Beeville, Texas, Coastal Bend College. And we're here for a great, what we anticipate will be a great game between the Sinton Pirates and the Tuloso-Midway Warriors. Jake Vasquez, and tonight I am joined by Javier Guzman. Javier, first of all, I want to welcome you on board, or welcome you back, because we've called some games together, you and I. So I want to welcome you back to the booth or the table or whatever you want to call our little space right here. But welcome, my man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you. Grateful for you to having me tonight. Of course, this is some awesome baseball, of course, and you know it. What else is better than this? You know, calling a big time matchup from from the 4A, and I think it's gonna be a great ball game, Jake.
I think so too, man. I think you're right. Both of these teams playing some really good baseball and a good matchup, and we'll talk about that game one. The Sinton Pirates getting the win in game one, so the Pirates one win away of going back to the Region 4 championship. And I believe, I was looking it up, I believe the last time they were at the Region 4 championship was in 2017 when they went to state.
Right.
So they're trying to get back. They've had a little hiatus, and I know for the Sinton Pirate fans that's probably way too long for them.
Oh yeah, no doubt, and especially they're rich in tradition. They expect to be there, of course, and I think the only reason for the hiatus, they've been having this young group coming up. It was going to be a learning curve for them, of course, high school ball, but now they're sophomores and juniors, Jake. So they're in their prime right now, and them and Cal Allen have been 1-2 all year. So, how ironic is that if Sinton comes to win tonight and pulls out the win tonight, and it's them and Cal Allen next week. Of course, they got to take care of business tonight, right? So
that's right. They got to take care of business tonight, and this Tuloso-Midway Warrior team, they're a never say die kind of group. Right. They've had a tremendous season, setting some school records in wins, and I don't believe they've ever made it to this round right here. So I know these guys are going to be pumped up and ready to go, and they're going to give it every fight they have to force a Game 3 tomorrow. So like we said, man, we expect a great ball game between these two teams and two local schools, and the whole stadium filled with maroon here.
That's why I wear orange.
I wore black.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that just shows you the football's great in the Coastal Bend, but baseball takes the cake, Jake, and that's this is living proof of it right here. Everybody knows, and and like you said, TM2. I mean, I'm from Alice, and they came out to play last week, and they played perfect ball. They beat us, that it's baseball, right? And I really do think they're gonna fight to the end. They're not gonna lay down for Sinton, and they too want to make it to the next round.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. And here's the best part about this, Javier, is no matter what, the fact that Cal Allen won earlier, they had a ball game earlier, game 2, and I believe the final was 6-0. 6-0. And we will have a Coastal Bend team representing us at the state tournament.
Yep.
No matter what, because
Yes.
next week either Sinton or Tuloso-Midway will play Cal Allen for a chance to go to state. So we will have a team from the Coastal Bend area representing us, and that is pretty awesome. And here's what's even better: the London Pirates yesterday swept, and the Bishop Badgers, they've got some work to do still. They won game 1, but they're one win away from guaranteeing 2 Coastal Bend teams at the state tournament.
Yep.
One in 4A and one in 3A, and wouldn't that be pretty amazing?
Yeah, no doubt. And even talking about it on my page, the South Texas High School Baseball, and we kind of talked about it, and we said we might have 3-4 teams from the South Texas area represent us at the state tournament. It was a possibility. It still is. Veterans, unfortunately they lost by 1 run against Dripping Springs yesterday, but those guys ain't gonna lay down. They got Acuna tomorrow, and like you said, if Bishop advances, they're gonna play London. They're from the same district, so,
Yeah.
so I mean, that's going
The
to
same
guarantee you
district.
another team in the state tournament if that happens. So man, you know, when they say South Texas baseball hotbed, you know, there's proof to it. You know, and I mean, there's no lie to it. That's for sure.
Speaking of, Javier Guzman, he started a page this year. It's a Facebook group called South Texas High School Baseball, and man, it's been pretty hot since it started. And I know I'm on there all the time. And everybody I talk to is like, hey, did you check it?
Yeah.
So man, I just want to say hats off, man. That was a great idea, and there was a need for it too.
Right.
It kind of filled a void, for those, especially for those younger classifications, the smaller school teams, but everybody's on there, man. It's
Yep.
not just the small schools. I mean, you hype up everybody, and it's super cool. And so, man, you guys need to check it out and go be a part of that. South Texas High School Baseball on Facebook. It's a page Javier started, and we're pretty happy to have him here, man, because this guy, I mean, he's just like us, the rest of us here at Blast Vision. We just love high school baseball. We do it for the kids,
Yep.
and that's what it's all about. And so I did want to give you a little shout out on that group that you started on Facebook. That's some pretty cool stuff, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you, man. And that's what it's for. Like you said, you nailed it. And hoping to continue it all summer too. Even after, hopefully, a South Texas team gets a state championship. Of course, get the icing on the cake, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We already have a question on the chat board. Rita Alanis, Miss Rita, awesome lady, Miss Rita Alanis, and we got to know her a few years back. And she wants to know, will this just be audio? No, ma'am. We will provide a video feed as well once we get underway here. So we'll have the video, and should have some video up there. I hope you guys can see that. But the video should be up right now, and our camera girl is on her way as we speak, and so she'll man the camera as soon as she gets here. But let's go ahead and talk. Let's get things going, because we're about 15 minutes now away from first pitch. Let's do starting lineups and make sure that we get those in, and then we'll talk a little bit about how these two teams got here. So we're going to start with the visiting team, the Sinton Pirates, and today they are wearing their maroon jerseys with white trim, their gray pants, their road pants, and I think everybody's got the pants hiked up with the stockings, with the maroon stockings with the white stripes, and looking real sharp, the Sinton Pirates. So leading things off for the Pirates will be the center fielder, number 4, Rene Galvan. Batting second, playing shortstop, number 5, Rylan Galvan. Batting third, the catcher, number 3, Blake Mitchell. In the cleanup spot is the right fielder, number 22, Cannon Chester. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 12, Daniel Trevino. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 24, Jaquay Stewart. Batting seventh, and wearing number 2, Braden Brown, and he will be on the mound today for the Pirates. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 7, Caden McCoy. And batting ninth, wearing number 8, the second baseman, Marco Gonzalez. And the Sinton Pirates, the winners of District 26 4A, they are 30 wins and 4 losses is the record coming into this ball game. Actually, no, they did not update it. So 31 and 4 is the correct record for the Sinton Pirates under the direction of head coach Adrian Alanis. So the Pirates will be the visitors in this ball game. And the Tuloso-Midway Warriors, they are the home team, and they are wearing white on white with their maroon and gold trim. And let's get you the starting lineup for the Warriors. Leading things off will be the shortstop, number 2, Jorge Garza. Batting second and on the mound, number 12, Luis Rios. Batting third, the center fielder, number 11, Camden Rosiepaul. In the cleanup spot, first baseman, number 22, Christian Benavides. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 19, Johnny Herrera. Batting sixth and playing second base, number 18, Mark Chapa. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 8, Albert Puente. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 1, Josh Garcia. Garcia will bat for the left fielder, number 21, Cody Stace. And batting ninth for the Warriors, right fielder, number 9, Tyler Battersby. And the Tuloso-Midway Warriors, they come into this ball game 21 and 15 overall under the direction of head coach Todd Akers. And they were the second place finish out of District 31 4A. And great ball game in game one. The Sinton Pirates, they did get the win. It was a 6-1 win. And then let's have a look here at that game as well. For the Pirates, they threw Wyatt Viatrick and 6 innings strong, and he allowed just 1 run. It was earned on 5 hits, 3 walks, and 12 strikeouts for Viatrick. So he got the win in that ball game. Christian Benavides went the distance for the Warriors, and 6 innings he threw. He allowed 6 runs, 5 earned on 9 hits, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts for Christian Benavides, a hard luck loser in that one. But the Pirates got the win and scored most of their runs early. They did add a couple later in the ball game, but scored 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning, added a run in the third, added another one in the fourth. And the Warriors, although the Warriors, they did strike first. They scored a run, the first run of the ball game in the top of the first inning, but that was it. Beatrick shutting them down after that. So it was a 6-1 victory for the Pirates. So like we said, Pirates 1 win away from going back to the Region 4 final. They haven't been there since 2017, so I know these Pirate fans are itching. But the Tuloso-Midway fans, like we said, you know, they're making school history every round they go.
Right.
And so I know they are itching to see what it's like, man. They'd love to be there as well.
Right.
And if they do, you know, they'd be facing a district foe in the Cal Island Wildcats, who are waiting.
Right, no doubt. And I mean, and you said it right, you know, TM came out striking first, and then Sinton answered, you know, right back, you know, and, you know, it was kind of coasting from there, you know, with Viatrick on the mound. You know, LSU commit, Jake, you know, I think Sinton's got 4 or 5 guys, 4 D1 commits, and then, you know, Trevino's A and Kingsville, you know, so these guys, you know, they've been through it all. They high level, and TM's just one of those scrappy teams, man. The guy you're going to see on the mound tonight, Reels, he competes his butt off on the mound, and he hits his spots. He's got good off speed, you know, and you know, the kid, nothing phases him, you know, so he's you can get 2-3 hits off of him, and somehow he gets out of a bases loaded jam. So I mean, I think it's going to be Sinton's going to have to be patient. They're going to have to hit his fastball, but if he gets he likes to get ahead of hitters, so that's going to be Rio's ball game tonight. And I think Braden Brown is on the mound for Sinton?
Yes, Braden Brown.
So he's also a pitcher like Rios. Mixes it up real well, has a good curveball, good off speed. So I think it'll be a good matchup. And, you know, like I said, TM's going to fight for, you know, force game 3. Sinton's trying to advance, you know. So just buckle up, see what happens.
That's right, buckle up is right. And interesting, you know, that what you said about Luis Rios, you know, that nothing phases him. You know, I recall in that game against the Alice Coyotes last week, you know, he really did look like, you know, you couldn't tell if they were up by 10 or down by 10.
Yeah.
He just kind of goes about his business. And the one thing that we noticed about him is he wasn't afraid to throw his off-speed stuff. It didn't matter what the count was. If he was ahead of the count or he was behind in the count, he just trusted his stuff so much and trusted his teammates around him as well. So, you know, he did a real good job, like you said, and I thought that was a great observation of, you know, or description of the young man, because that's exactly what he looked like last week. I was like, I don't know if they're winning by 10 or if they're losing by 10, because this kid is just unfazed.
Yeah, and we saw him 3 times, so we know.
Yeah, absolutely.
We played TM 4 times, and we faced him 3 times. I mean, we did beat him once, but I mean, like I said, I saw him pitch right away, and I said, man, this guy is savvy up there. He's real savvy. So yeah, that's going to be a key for TM. But, you know, same thing for Sinton. You know, they got 4 or 5 guys that can go up there and, you know, pitch on the mound. You know, that's a big weapon to have, especially in the 4A level. You know, they can throw anybody out there, and they're going to stay in the ball game. And then, you know, the stats don't lie, right? They have 21 shutouts in how many games they played?
They have played
34 games. So
35.
21 shutouts.
Yeah. It's amazing.
That speaks for itself.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely does. And let's talk about how these two teams got here. We'll start with Sinton Pirates. As we mentioned, winners of 26-4A. And the first round of the playoffs, the by-district, they had Brazosport. And they swept Brazosport 9-3 in the first game, 10-0 in game 2. Then they met up with Bernie, and Bernie really gave them their first
Oh,
challenge.
yeah.
You know, Bernie, they took it to 3 games, and they were all tight games. They lost the first one by 1 run. 3-2 was the final. They tried to make a comeback in that game, fell a little short, so they lost the opener. But they came back and doubled them up, 5-1 in game 2, 2-1 in game 3 to advance. And that was in the area round. In the quarterfinals, they got Sweeney, and they handled Sweeney pretty easily, 4-0 in game 1, 8-0 in game 2. So you look right there, and you just look at the 3 of those shutouts came in the playoffs, and then they had 2 games where they allowed only 1 run.
Yep.
So, yeah, really, really tough. That's pretty tough when you've got numbers like that.
No doubt. And, you know, and going back to the Bernie series, that could have gone either way. When I talked to Coach Alanis, you know, he told me, he said, man, those guys that's a real deal. They're a real deal team. And, you know, we're lucky to go past them, he said, but he said if it wasn't us, it would be them right now. I mean, he flat out said that. So that just tells you what kind of team Bernie had.
Absolutely. And let's see how the TM Warriors got here. Tuloso-Midway, as we mentioned, the second place finish out of 31-4A. In the bi-district round, they've had a couple of rounds where they had 1 game, and the bi-district round was one of them. They had La Feria, and they got the win. 6-4 was the final there. In the area round, they got Somerset and took care of Somerset pretty handily. 13-4 in the first game, 12-2 in game 2, sweeping the Bulldogs. And then the Alice Coyotes last week in a 1-game playoff over in San Antonio, and a 3-1 win in that ball game, a tight ball game. And man, it seemed like we were at that ball game as well. We called that game, and it just seemed like the momentum swings were inning to inning in that ball game. It seemed like it was anyone's game, and it was a really, really good ball game. And the Warriors came out on top there and advanced here to face the Sinton Pirates.
Right. No. Yeah. And like I said, man, it's gonna be you know, like in the playoffs, like I mentioned it before. Everything's magnified here, you know. Every pitch, every out, every error. You know, even a sack bunt can get you a long way, you know. So it just you gotta play perfect ball, and that's the only way to win in the playoffs, especially in this round. You know, you're already in the 4th round. You know, you're a round away from the state tournament, so everything's magnified times 2.
I agree with you completely on that, man. But I will say, there's no better time. It's like Christmas for South Texas baseball fans.
No doubt. Right.
Once the playoffs start. I was in Jordanton yesterday, and they too. I mean, I don't think their team made the playoffs, but during playoff time, because of the caliber of the facilities that they have,
They were there.
It's like Christmas for them too,
yeah.
man. They get all these great ball games coming in over there, and they. So it's the same thing for us, man. We're just super excited to be able to be here, and we're very spoiled, Javier. Very, very spoiled. I know you know that because of the amount of stuff that you're sharing on your page on Facebook. We are very spoiled with the level of baseball that we see day in, day out here in the Coastal Bend. It's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, and you know, and I mentioned it before on the page too. When I talked to some of the coaches, you know, it just we don't got those prototypical 6'3", 6'4",
Right.
You know, San Antonio, Dallas dudes, Houston area. You know, we got the average 5'9", 5'10" guys. You know, you might get a 6 foot here and there, but you know, but the thing is, these guys put in the work. I'm not saying that nobody else does, but these guys just put in that extra work. You know, there's some of these dudes that, you know, they have a bad game. As soon as they get home from the bus ride home or they played away, they're back in the cages hitting again, you know, just so they can get it right. And on the weekends, they're playing ball, summer ball, select ball, and, you know, it just shows that it's a different kind of breed here in South Texas.
We're going to pause briefly for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts.
3, 2, 1, 0.
It's game time.
Lift off.
So sit back and enjoy the ride right here on Blast Vision.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. We're about to get things kicked off here at Coastal Bend College, home of the Cougars. But tonight it's the Wildcats. It's the Pirates and the Warriors. I've done a little bit too many ball games here this week, Javier, and I'm forgetting where I'm at.
Coastal Bend College, Beeville.
Being able to sleep in my own bed is a privilege these days. Doesn't happen all that often, but I wouldn't ask for anything less, man. This has been such a fun ride so far, and you guys are in for a treat tonight as well. I'm expecting a great ball game, man. If the crowd is any indication of the type of game we have, then it's going to be awesome, because this crowd is pretty intense, pretty amazing. As we mentioned before, you know, that this whole stadium is packed with maroon.
Yep.
As the Warriors maroon and gold and the Sinton Pirates maroon and white. And here we go, about to get things underway here. Let's get you the defensive alignment here for the Warriors. From left to right in the outfield, Stace, Rosie Paul, and Battersby. In the infield, Benavides at first, Chapa at second, Gares at the shortstop, Puente at third, Herrera behind the dish, and Rios on the mound. And Luis Rios delivers the first pitch, going to be fouled off. We're underway officially at 6:59.
You know, and we talked about Rios, Jake. You know, he's going to get ahead of hitters, and what did he do right there? Got ahead of a hitter. So he gets
right on cue.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the 0-1 pitch misses up. 1-1. One pitch, here it comes, and just missing outside.
Yeah, and that's Leo's money pitch right there. His off-speed curveball. It's a 12-6. It breaks late. He keeps, and like you say, you know, in the last game he throws it at any count, you know. And there's another foul ball down the left field line, and he's gonna go right at you with his fastball. You know, it's not a dominant fastball, Jake, but he hits his spots. He controls the game. He hits outside, inside, high fastball. Wherever the catcher calls it, he's hitting it pretty much 90% of the time.
Rene Galvan at the plate for the Sinton Pirates. Two count. Comes the pitch. He's going to miss for ball 3.
And that's something that Rios really doesn't do, is, you know, with the walks. I mean, he may walk 1 or 2 batters, but you won't see him walk, you know, more than that. And that's right on the outside corner, but called ball 4 right there, Jake.
So runner, leadoff man on, Galvan at first base. And we'll see his twin brother, Rylan Galvan, the shortstop.
Yeah, and these are the table setters, and, you know, I think Sinton has a real deep lineup when it comes 1 through 9. I want to say every one is a hard out. But, you know, Sinton's trying to, you know, jump out ahead once again early, you know, and that's something that Rios wants to prevent, you know. You want to shut down Sinton, you know, they have a real good lineup, so you don't want him to get too far ahead early.
So Rene with the lead over at first base, and Rylan Galvan takes the pitch up for ball 1. Rylan 1 for 3 in the first ball game. Drove in 2 runs, and that one a line drive right past the glove of Puente. And Rene, who can really run, head first dive over there at third base. Probably did not need it, but it's going to be a double for Rylan Galvan, and all of a sudden 2 runners in scoring position here with nobody out, top of the first, and their best hitter at the plate.
You know, and that's a line shot. Third baseman looked like, you know, he had it. I mean, he just kind of looked at the glove like, whoa, what happened there? And had a lot of tail on it. Went down left field line, and Rylan has himself a double. So we got second, third, nobody out, Jake. So, you know, this is like we talked about. Rios has to limit the damage. Don't let Sinton get too far ahead. But like you say, now you got the 3 and 4 hitters coming up for Sinton, so you're not out of the woods, right? And there it is.
Blake Mitchell grounds one through the right side. Both Galvan brothers will come in to score. And the throw's going to go down to second base.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Mitchell tries a kind of a deceptive slide right there, but they're going to tag him out. The throw came in to the plate. They were going to try and get Rylan Galvan at the plate. And so Mitchell thought, well, man, I'll go ahead and take second. But they're going to gun him down at second base for the first out of the inning. But they push across 2 runs and take a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first. Cannon Chester to the plate.
Yeah, 2-run single by Mitchell. He just didn't do nothing special with it. Just drove the fastball to right field. 2 runs come in, and, you know, he might have did TM a favor there getting thrown out at second base. But either way, Sinton's up early, you know, and this was kind of the story from last night. You know, they got ahead early, so they got a 2-0 lead, and is that Chester coming up to bat now?
Yeah, Cannon Chester. Ground ball up the middle. Nice stab by Garza, but the throw a little bit high. I couldn't see it with the pole, but I know. Yeah, they called him safe, so pulled Benavides off of first base, and so safe at first is Chester. But what a play by Garza over there.
Yeah, that was
just to get to it.
That had a base hit written all over it, and he tracked it down. Made a decent throw, you know. If Benavides gets a tag down, he's out at first base, but he just missed him. So Chester advances on an infield single. So we'll have a runner at first, and you know, now you go look at that at Mitchell getting thrown out at second base. You would have probably had first and third now with nobody out. But now you have a runner at first, which is Chester with 1 out.
Going to bring up Daniel Trevino, and Trevino looks at a strike from Rios, so 0-1 count.
You know, and you know, another good hitter up at the plate for Sinton, man. So it's pick your poison with his lineup.
They pop him up right side of the infield. Chapa on the outfield green. He's past that white line, so I guess that's the outfield green right there. All turf field, so no grass, no dirt, but we'll call it the outfield green, and he makes the grab 2-away.
Yeah, and TM's really pretty good defensively, Jake. They don't make too many errors. They're pretty solid on their defensive alignment. Rosie Paul in center covers a lot of ground. The infield's pretty solid, so their catcher has a real good arm. So you know, TM's not going to make a lot of errors. They're going to play solid ball.
Daniel Trevino in game 1, he was 2 for 2 in that ball game. So, you know, when you said another dangerous hitter, you weren't lying.
Right.
And here comes Jaquay Stewart. Stewart 1 for 2, drove in a run in game 1, and looks at a strike right there from Rios.
And just like we said, you know, Rios trying to get ahead. He has a deceptive fastball. And another hit.
Yeah, drives it through the right side. Gets himself a 2-out single, so first and second for the Pirates.
You know, and Sinton's not driving the ball. They're not really, you know, but they're just doing enough base hits. They're playing just simple baseball here, putting the bat on the ball.
And sometimes, man, that's all it takes. We've seen it all year long.
Right.
Just put the ball in play.
Yep. And good things happen, right? And, you know, if you're not trying to, you know, pull it and go the other, you know, it's good just to go the other way with it. Little poke here and there, and, you know, it's baseball. So the Sintons, you know, Of course, they're a seasoned ball club, right? So they're gonna do what it takes.
Braden Brown takes a strike. And I'm gonna check here in a minute how many first pitch strikes he's thrown to the first 7 batters he's faced. It might be 7.
Right. Oh.
And Brown, just foul. Braden Brown, he missed extra bases by, I don't know,
2 feet.
a foot or 2,
yeah. 2 foot.
So he's behind in the count, 0-2.
And that one, he did square up that fastball right there. That would have been trouble. That would have scored at least 1 for sure. You know, but once again, Rios is ahead. 2 strikes, 0-2. And there's that curveball, Jake.
Pops him up, right side of the infield. Actually, Rios the one who's going to call everybody off, and he makes the grab, so 3 away. So for the Pirates here in the top of the first inning, scoring 2 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 men left on base. Top of the order due up for the Warriors when we come back. Blast Vision Live from Beeville, Texas.
With the sun staying out later and the weather getting warmer, get out and grill. Staple Street Meat Market has the best selection of quality meats for your next barbecue. Known for their Angus beef fajitas, smoked sausages, and new authentic family recipe, Ponle brand spices. Like us on Facebook and never miss our weekly specials. We're located at 7626 South Staple Street, number 111 in Kings Crossing. But coming soon, our new location at 7418 South Staple Street is set to open in early 2022. Staple Street Meat Market, proud supporters of South Texas Athletics.
Rick Sines with Z-Bart of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas Athletics. Stop by their location at 4535 Everhart for auto alarms, window tint, diamond gloss, auto detailing, rhino linings, and more. Call 361-985-9274 for more information or to make an appointment. Z-Bart, it's us or rust.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez, Javier Guzman with the call for you here in this one from Beeville. Coastal Bend College, the home of the Cougars, but tonight filled with Pirates and Warriors as they duel it out here in Game 2 of this 4A Region 4 semifinal. The Sinton Pirates with a 1-0 lead in the series and a 2-0 lead here in Game 2. A win tonight, and they would punch their ticket to the Region 4 final. And know for sure that they are hyped up, and that's exactly what they're trying to do here. But the Warriors, they do not want this fairy tale season to end. They're setting school records the further they go, and so they certainly are going to be trying to get a win here to force a Game 3 in this series. Let's get you the defensive alignment for the Pirates. In the outfield, left to right, McCoy, Galvan, and Chester. Stewart at first, Gonzalez at second, Galvan the shortstop, Trevino at third, Mitchell behind the dish, and Braden Brown on the mound for the Sinton Pirates.
Yeah, and Brown for Sinton's been solid all year. Like I said, pick your poison, 1 through 5. You know, usually teams have a 1 and 2, right? And then you got some bullpen guys, but you know, these guys have 5 legit starters. Braden Brown, if I'm not mistaken, is a sophomore. Him too. He's got, you know, low 80s fastball. He's got good off speed. He's gonna keep you off balance. Same thing, you know, what Reels does. So expect a lot of strikes too from Brown.
And he delivers a strike to Jorge Garza.
And just like we said, it starts off with a strike.
That's right. That's right. We like when that happens.
And there's that curveball. And his curveball's a little more tighter than Rios. His curveball breaks at the last second compared to Luis's. Luis's is more of a natural 12-6. And that one, he really threw that one.
Yeah, spiked that one in the turf, 1 and 2. And looking back, Luis Rios, 6 first pitch strikes, 7 batters faced.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's right on the money.
It just Sinton took advantage, like we said. You know, they didn't hit the ball hard the top of the first inning, but they did just enough, and you know they strung some hits together, and they're up early. There it is.
Swing and a miss. Garza goes down swinging for out number 1. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Luis Rios.
You know, and we're talking about the Sinton pitching rotation. You know, man, Coach Alanis is spoiled too, because he really hasn't really used Trevino or Stewart, you know, the lefty. So, you know, when you're in a situation like that and you haven't really used your 5 guys, that means you got a pretty much a dominant pitching staff, you know. and it doesn't matter what number he calls on.
Ground ball to Stewart at first. He'll flip it over to Brown in time to retire Rios for out number 2.
You know, they make that look so easy right there. You know, Sinton also on the defensive side, they're as solid as they come to. They don't have too many errors on the year. So, you know, this is I think if Rios settles down, I think this will be a close ball game the rest of the way. But he's just going to have to hit his spots, you know, better and command his curveball a little better. And I think, man, that's a nasty curveball by Brown.
Camden Rosiepaw at the plate, a swing and a miss on that first offering from Brown.
So, you know, Rosiepaw and Benavides are probably the 2 top hitters that TM has in the 3 and 4 spot. These guys can hurt you with the bat.
Yeah, we've seen him do it all season. This young man, like you said, one of those guys that, man, you don't want to let him beat you.
Right, no doubt.
The one pitch gonna miss up and out. So 2-1 the count on Rosiepaw. Bottom of the first. Brown from the windup misses low.
Not a bad evening. It's not too hot. There's a breeze.
Yeah, it was really whipping around earlier when I was getting set up. It's calmed down a little bit.
Right.
3-1 pitch, and that one, I don't know if maybe even got a piece of him, but it's ball 4 either way, so he'll take his base.
So I want to say that Brown also throws a slider, because that's a hard break, the one he's spiking. So I want to say he has a curveball and a slider, because you can tell the difference between the pitches. So that's a pretty good arsenal to have. You know, you got your fastball, you got a curveball, you got a slider, and if you got a changeup on top of that, you know, that's pretty tough, especially at this level.
For a high school,
yes,
for a high school guy. That's going to bring up Christian Benavides. So Benavides will dig in. And the first pitch is going to miss low for ball 1.
Yeah, and this kid right here is a hard out. He makes loud contact. I think he leads a TM in home runs, and you know, he was in the middle of the pack in the area, so he's a good hitter. He's come through clutch for TM all year, and you know, this is a big out for Brown right here. And if TM wants to get back in the ball game, this is the guy to have up there right now. Oh,
Pops him up. Shallow right center, and Galvan is there. So they go quietly here in the bottom of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base after 2 innings of play. Pirates 2, Warriors nothing. Last Vision Live from Beeville, Texas.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. Come by and see us at 4313 South Staples in Ottotown. We'd like to wish all of the local teams the best of luck this season from your friends at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. .361hsblast.com, your newest source for Coastal Bend 5A baseball and football news. Matt Rogers, Jake Vasquez, George Vondercheck, Stu Duncan, and Pete Garcia, positively spotlighting student athletes, coaches, programs, and schools through insightful features, video, game stories, stats, fan polls, schedules, rosters, and so much more. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. 361hsblast.com. Come check us out.
Welcome back. Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Javier Guzman in the house for you guys tonight. Top of the second inning here in Beeville. And winner of this series will face Cal Allen. The Wildcats sweeping Geronimo Novato earlier today. And they are waiting, perhaps watching. First pitch swinging is McCoy. Grounds one to Garza. Garza with the backhand, and man, what a nice throw.
Yeah.
Just gets him over there first.
Yeah, and like I said, TM's got a pretty good defense, and, that shortstop Garza, he makes some good plays, man. That was a solid play right there. That could have been an infield hit for McCoy easy. And talking about that, about Cal Allen, yeah, I did see a few Cal Allen fans walk in a while ago before the game started. So
and we couldn't tell. You wouldn't be able to tell because they probably wear maroon too. So they can be in disguise here real easy.
No doubt. And there it is. Off speed, throws it on the first pitch, Jake. So the scouting report of Dios, we're right on.
He's making us look real good.
Yeah, no doubt. And, and I was talking about, sorry to interrupt you there.
No, you're good, man. Marcos Gonzalez and another one to the shortstop, Garza. And Garza again throws out the runner at first base, 2 up, 2 down.
And, we were talking about Cal Allen and Sinton, man, if that happens, I wouldn't see why not they wouldn't get Whataburger Field. And I think you would need it with the amount of fans that would be showing up to that game. I don't think we've had a meaningful game like that, regional final, to go to state in a while, right? It's been a couple years.
Probably since 2017,
right?
maybe.
Yeah. It would fill it up quick.
Hard ground ball on the first pitch from to Galvan, and Chapa to Benavides. So the Pirates go in order, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Pirates. Last Vision live from Beeville, Texas.
Johnny Luna with AutoNation Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, and Buick, inviting everyone into the dealership to take a look at the inventory, including brand new 2021 models. But wait, there's more. AutoNation also has the biggest selection of pre-owned cars in town. Free window tint with purchase of any vehicle when you mention you heard this ad on Blast Vision Live. Come and get sold and rolled.
When I think of Snowball, I think of the hot Corpus summers of my childhood and trips to the original Snowball located at 3830 Baldwin. And now, Snowball 2 has taken that Corpus Christi staple to the south side. Located at 7114 Saratoga, they're your one-stop shop for your favorite snacks. Frito pies, hot Cheetos and cheese, hot dogs, pickles, candy apples, and ice cream. And of course, those amazing snowballs you remember from back when you were a kid.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. And here we go, bottom of the second inning. Tuloso-Midway Warriors hosting the Sinton Pirates. And we played an inning and a half. Sinton Pirates with a 2-0 lead. Due up. And we might want to record this last out. That would be good.
Yeah, and we were talking about it during break, Rios did what he does, 3 ground outs, maybe 5-6 pitches, got out of it, and that's what it's going to take to keep TM in the ball game, Jake. He's going to have to keep on pitching the way he is and getting ahead of hitters, and that's what he does, So if TM has wants to have a chance at winning the ball game, Rios going to have to lead the way on the mound.
So far, so good for Luis Rios. A little shaky there in the first inning, but that was more just the Sinton hitters,
yes,
not trying to do too much with him and taking what he gave them and hitting some, just hit it where they ain't, right?
Right, no doubt, for sure. And, TM's got a good offense, and for Beatric to shut him down, TM's, I've seen him, all year long, and, these guys can hit, so for Beatric to shut him down in game 1, and Brown right now, you gotta really pitch good and play good defense against a tough hitting TM squad.
2-0 the count on the Warrior catcher Johnny Herrera. And Brown catching the lower part of the zone right there.
Yeah.
Didn't like the call.
And both pitchers work extremely fast. They just get up there and they're ready.
Strike two, so 2-2 count. I believe, am I correct, this is Brett Brown's little brother?
Yes, Brett Brown's little brother, sophomore, but he's not little.
No. He's a very tall young man.
Yeah, there it is, man.
Strike
Wow.
three called.
You know, and when you're pitching real quick and you have confidence up there like Brown does, it's hard for the hitters to adjust and be ready because you don't know what you're expecting. Right there, he looked at two fastballs right on the outside corner. He didn't even swing the bat, you know, so he was kind of befuddled there, you know. He didn't know what was coming.
Mark Chapa to the plate.
And another strike.
We're going to have to look and see what Braden Brown's first pitch strike looks like.
Yeah, he's going right after hitters as well.
Ground ball, right side. Gonzalez to Stewart. Two-way.
And is Gonzalez, Marco Gonzalez, for Sinton second baseman? He's a freshman, if I'm not mistaken.
I added his name to the roster, to the lineup.
Yeah.
I didn't have him on the roster. I added it on there today. You may be correct in that.
Yeah, and you know, I think he came on playing towards a district. I don't know if it was just the for the defensive. Maybe they DH for him. Am I right, or he hits? No, he does hit, right?
Yeah, he does hit. I believe so.
If I'm not mistaken, he is a freshman for Sinton. Marco Gonzalez, second baseman.
Went at the plate, I believe. Swing and a miss on that pitch, but I believe it's the count 1-1, or was that the first pitch he threw?
Yeah, I want to say it's 1-1.
It is 1-1,
yeah.
right? So a ball and a strike here on Puente.
Ooh.
Swing and a miss, nasty pitch right there.
Yeah, he's going right after the hitters. That fastball right there had tail on it onto the outside corner, and you know that's hard to hit even if you're swinging.
1-2 pitch, softly grounded over to Trevino at third. The throw, oh, what a pick over there by Stewart. Nice play on both ends right there, and now the Warriors go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 2 innings of play, Sinton Pirates with a 2-0 lead. Last Vision live from Beeville, Texas.
Chris Bernal with LB21 Tournaments and Perfect Game, hosting the best youth baseball tournaments in South Texas. Best youth baseball tournaments in South Texas. LB21, supporting youth baseball in the Coastal Bend area.
J Styles and Cuts on Castores for all your hair needs. Call them at 361-854-7246 to make an appointment today. J Styles and Cuts, proud supporters of South Texas baseball.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Here we go, top of the third inning, and in the break right there, we were talking about the fact that we're in the third inning, and we've played 25 minutes of baseball here officially.
Right. Yeah, to me, that's good baseball.
That's good pitching for sure.
Yeah, good pitching, good defense, you know. So, and, you know, that's what you want to, you know, that's what you expect, you know, in the fourth round of the playoffs, right?
Yeah, at this level, that's what you expect. 2-3-4 due up here for the Pirates, Galvan, Mitchell, and Chester. It's Rylan Galvan who will lead things off.
And this will be a big inning right here for the Eagles right here. You know, you got 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for Sinton. You want to limit the damage, and this is going to be a big half inning for Luis Rios.
Misses up with the first offering. Rylan, he is 1 for 1, doubled and came around to score his first time up. Rios from the windup and misses low with the 1-0, 2-0 the count.
You know, I was reading something on the Rios not too long ago too, when they, you know, Caller Times always has, you know, good information, some stories on, you know, on some players, and I want to say he said he didn't start playing baseball till he was 7th or 8th grader.
Wow.
So that just tells you about, you know, how far he's come along, because, you know, if you start at that, you know, that age, sometimes, you know baseball, man, it takes a lot of reps to, you know, just to be a solid player, you know. So
2-1 pitch, driven out to center field, going back. Rosie Paul still looking, and what a grab right there over the shoulder in front, like almost to the warning track.
That was
right,
ESPN type play right there.
Yeah, Riley Galvan gave it
a ride.
He gave it a ride, and you see Rosie Paul lifting his hat to his pitcher right there.
You know, and we talked about it before too. Rosie Paul's probably one of the best center fielders in the district that we had. He covers a lot of ground, and right there it looked like he didn't even worry about it. He just glided back towards the fence, knew he had room, and made the catch right at the wall.
Blake Mitchell to the plate. He too is 1 for 1. RBI, 2 RBI single for the young man, his first time up.
And what does Rios do? After a hard hit ball, he comes right back and he throws a strike.
And that one going to be driven out to left field. Going to get down, one off the wall. Stace going to make the grab, and he gets it in to the cutoff man. That one, I thought Stace might have had a chance off the bat. It was kind of slicing back towards him, but it was too hard hit, and it gets down in front of him. So a double for Mitchell, 2 for 2 in the ball game. And he's at second base and in scoring position here with 1 out for Cannon Chester.
Yeah, and you know that's the past 2 balls have been probably the hardest hit balls in the game now. so it looks like Sinton, like we said, you know, there's the meat of the order. This is where you expect them to do damage, and right here Rios is going to have to pitch out of a jam, you know.
Cannon Chester, he's 1 for 1, singled his first time up as well.
And he throws another first pitch strike. Man, and you know, Sinton not only, you know, with this run, and you know, hopefully, you know, even as they go on further or whatever happens with the outcome, you know, man, they still bring back their whole team for next year. Jake?
That one is driven but foul. Keeps that one fair. I might have got a car over there, and someone probably thought they were safe parking over there, Javin. Not so much.
That was a jack. That was a home run if it was fair, no matter what. Back to the oak trees out back there.
That's for sure.
And
0-2 the count.
I want to say they only have 2-3 seniors. Sinton does.
Pops it up, back out of play. I believe you are correct in that. So that's a scary thought right there.
No doubt. Yeah.
It's kind of like London. London started 5 freshmen last night. It was insane. And I, you know, I was talking to those coaches. I said, they don't play like freshmen. They said, well, yeah, they're sophomores now. I said, well, they don't play like sophomores. They play like seniors. They play big.
Right, no doubt. Yeah, and matter of fact, another foul ball by Chester is still 0-2. Coach Carr, I went to school with him in Benavides. Benavides, Texas. So he's a Benavides
Eagle. Small
Eagle.
world,
yeah.
man. And the baseball community here is tight, though. It's a close-knit community. Everybody seems to know everybody. Those are some good guys over there at London. I had a blast with them, and their fans are pretty amazing.
I saw that. What a pitch!
Strike 3 called.
Hey, Chester didn't like it, but man, Rios painted a corner right there. I mean, it could have gone either way, but either way, you know, Rios, like I said, man, this guy he's unfazed, you know. He just had three hard hit balls on him, shots, and he comes back and strikes out Chester.
Yeah, and goes right at him.
Right.
We're going to have a courtesy runner rather for the catcher over at first base, number 1. So courtesy running for the catcher now with 2 outs is Lopez. So Lopez at second base, and Daniel Trevino to the plate. Trevino, he's 0 for 1. Popped up in the infield first time up.
So that's a big out for Dios on the strikeout of Chester.
And he misses up with the first pitch to Trevino. Justin giving you some love right there. Says, what up, Javi?
Hey, what's up, Justin?
Justin Perales.
There's that curveball again. Yeah, I like the way Rios pitches, man. He goes right after hitters. Like I said, I don't think he's afraid to face anyone. And, you know, he got shook up a little bit the first inning, but he's calmed down. He's retired a few big batters, so trying to get another big out for TM.
2-1 the count.
And, of course, with some help from Rosie Paul.
Our camera girl is telling us that we're getting a little sprinkle or two. Let's hope not. Swing and a miss. Had Trevino chasing right there. And now I did feel a little sprinkle. I think she's right. Let's hope the rain stays away.
Yeah, where did this come from? I thought it was supposed to be hot all week. Ooh.
2-2 pitch, maybe just a bit high right there.
Yeah,
so the count will go full.
Rios wanted that pitch right there, man.
I think everyone in maroon and gold wanted that pitch right there.
Right.
Just missed with it. So full count here on Trevino. 2 down. The runner at second base is Lopez.
Right. Trevino trying to do a job at a run, and Rios trying to do another job and fouled off.
Out of play. So we'll do it again at 3-2. And yeah, I am starting to feel a little sprinkle. It's just, I think it's just one cloud though. Hopefully once that cloud passes us up, and hopefully she won't dump too much on us.
Right. Good thing is we're on turf, right? Oh.
And that one is going to be driven out to left field, going backstage, looking up. It's not coming back. A 2-run bomb for Daniel Trevino. And a 4-0 Pirate lead. Man, Javier, he got all of that one.
Yeah, and Rios, when we said about his off-speed, Jake, right there, he hung it. And what do they say? When you hang it, they bang it. So Trevino with a dunk on the basketball goal there. That's pretty awesome stuff right there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fun stuff, man. I'm telling you, playoff baseball, there ain't nothing quite like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was gone as soon as he hit it, Jake. I knew it. I think everybody knew it.
I think everybody did, man. That was a no-doubter. So,
and you know, Rios was one pitch away from getting out of it, and
yes,
he just made a mistake, you know, and that's baseball, right?
Jaquay Stewart, he looks at a ball. First offering.
I'm just so amazed how deep Sinton is, man. I mean, and there, look at that.
Stewart with a 2-out single, drops it right in front of the right fielder Battersby.
Yeah, and you know, these guys now, you know, they're getting good swings at him in the second time around in the batting order, and you know, it doesn't look like he's frustrated yet. He's, you know, back up on the mound, and you know, Coach Akers gonna call time. He knows they got some momentum going now.
While we have a quick break in the action, I was going to check the chat. I think Magic 81 set us up with a score. It says after an inning, Bishop leads 3-1 over Santa Gertrudis Academy in Game 2. That is a softball score, and Santa Gertrudis Academy leading the series 1-0. So the Lady Badgers, they need to get a win here to force a Game 3. And how awesome is that, man? We talked about how good South Texas baseball is, but look at that. You know, that's the regional final right there for a chance to go to the state tournament. Santa Gertrudis, they've been a powerhouse in softball for several years now. But look at Bishop, man. I don't even know, what, 15 miles apart from each other,
yeah,
maybe?
they're close, yeah. And they probably know each other, too, where they live and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was, as a matter of fact, driving over here, I was talking to my buddy from Bishop, and, yeah, he was saying, you know, that they're going to battle for years to come because they're both young. You know, and Santa, like you said, Santa Cruz has been strong for a couple of years already. Isn't Cal Island still in the softball playoffs too?
Yeah,
I think they are.
Are they?
Yeah, I think they're in the regional final as well.
The regional final as well?
They're playing Bernie, I want to say.
First
so you still got 2 South Texas teams in softball still in it to go.
Yeah.
And then, well, we got one going to state for sure, Bishop or Santa Cruz.
That's right, Bishop or Santa Cruz Academy, whichever one wins that series right there. That's just good stuff, man. 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be driven into left field for a base hit. Stace all the way to the line. They'll hold up Stewart at second base. So first and second, and a couple. I mean, that's.
Yeah, and now they're just getting good swings, Jake. I mean, they're putting a hammer on the ball right now, and you know, Rios is really going to have to clamp down on them right here and not let the game get away.
Courtesy runner over at first base is number 11. I don't have him on here, so let's add him in there. Number 11 is
Aiden McCoy? Moody.
Aiden Moody.
Moody.
That ball is going to be driven out to center field. What a grab right there.
Rosie Paul once again.
Yeah, Rosie Paul. He went a long way to get it, but he does. And finally, they will retire the side, but not before the Pirates add another couple of runs off of the bat of Daniel Trevino. And our score after 2.5, 4-0 Pirates. Blast Vision Live from Beeville, Texas.
Looking to expand your customer base? Hit a home run and advertise right here on Blast Vision. For more information, contact Jake Vasquez at 361-434-0705. That's 361-434-0705. Join us and show your support for South Texas Athletics.
With the sun staying out later and the weather getting warmer, get out and grill. Stable Street Meat Market has the best selection of quality meats for your next barbecue. Known for their Angus beef fajitas, smoked sausages, and new authentic family recipe Ponle brand spices. Like us on Facebook and never miss our weekly specials. We're located at 7626 South Staple Street, number 111 in Kings Crossing. But coming soon, our new location at 7418 South Staple Street is set to open in early 2022. Stable Street Meat Market, proud supporters of South Texas Athletics.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez joined by Javier Guzman, and we are in the bottom of the third inning here in this ball game. Sinton Pirates with a 4-0 lead. Pirates with a win tonight will punch their ticket to the next round. But a lot of baseball still left to be played here at the home of the Coastal Bend College Cougars.
Which are at the World Series right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, who have had a great season themselves.
Yeah.
And their home ballpark is only free because, like Javier said, they are at the College World Series.
In Tennessee.
So wishing them the best luck for sure. Loaning us their beautiful ballpark for this baseball game tonight. And I'll tell you what, we got like a little, I wouldn't even call it a drizzle, but we got a drop or two. But man, it feels really nice now. Yeah. Nice and cool.
Yep, no doubt.
8-9-1 due up here for the Warriors. Garcia, Battersby, and Garza. And it'll be Josh Garcia leading things off. Bats from the left side against the right-hander Brown. Brown starts him off with a strike. And let's look. I said I was going to, so let's do it. Let's look at how many times Braden Brown has started first pitch strike in this ball game. That pitch missing low. 1-1. Only 5 out of 8, because this isn't updated with this batter yet, but only 5 out of 8. Seems like more than that.
Right. Oh, and that curveball right there is a hammer, man. It's a late breaking, curveball. Those are the hardest to hit, being a hitter, because you see it coming in, and then last second it just drops.
It's gone.
Yeah. There's another one. Wow. Yeah, he's really controlling the ball game, Jake. And the farther that TM gets down, the farther it's going to be tough to hit Brown. And I've seen some of his games where he's pitched, and he just gets stronger as the game goes along. Yes. So if you don't get to him early, it's going to be tough to come back on him.
Once he gets warm, he's he
Nope.
becomes lights out almost. Tyler Battersby to the plate, and
Another
again,
strike.
a ball. Looked like the home plate umpire looked like he was going to call it.
It did look like he raised that arm.
It looked like, yeah, but he calls it a ball. That one's going to be grounded and past the diving effort of Trevino, the third baseman. So fielded by McCoy in left field. Just got it to hug the line right there.
So that's going to be the first base hit, right? Am I correct?
Yes, it is. First base hit of the ball game for the Warriors.
So I think, the Warriors needed that now that they're top of the orders coming up. Battersby, the 9-hole hitter with a single down the left field line. And like we talked about, that's the first base hit against Brown. And they got to gain some kind of momentum back, maybe get a run or two. And you know, like we said, you know, you just don't want to get too far down against the Sinton Pirates. You know, they're number 1 and number 2 state ranked in 2 polls, and you know, for a reason, right?
Absolutely. Called strike 1 right there on Jorge Garza. And Garza, little excuse me swing, and he fouls off the pitch.
And another curveball, and you know, we're not tracking the pitches, but whoever's tracking the pitches, I'm going to say he's throwing pretty good amount of off speed to the TM hitter. So that's probably scouting right there, Jake. You know, knowing that TM hits the fastball real well. And so he's coming right at him with, you know, curveball slider, looks like, and he has him off balance so far.
Yeah, Garza, he's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. See the catcher Galvan set up outside and hits the mid, throw down to first base in time. So Battersby picked off.
Mitchell. I think that catcher's Mitchell, right?
Oh, Mitchell, I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Mitchell.
Man, that was, wow. So any momentum that TM did have,
yeah,
went away right there.
Wiped it away. Called the plate was a ball. And what Mitchell, an arm over there.
Oh, man, Mitchell has a cannon of he pitches too, 92 miles an hour off the mound, so that kind of tells you what kind of arm he has, right? So now there is 2 outs, Jake, and it's a 2-2 count to Garza, and, you know, that's a big out like we talked about, and, you know, when you can steal outs like that too and you're already a good defensive ball club, that just adds to your arsenal.
Steal outs, that's exactly what it was right there. Perfect terminology right there.
And there's another off-speed pitch. So yeah, you can tell now, you know, they're attacking TM hitters different. You can tell something, you know, like I said, I've seen TM hit all year, and those guys hit fastball, and they crush the ball. So Brown's working the other way. And there it is.
A swing and a miss right there. So like you said, Javier, the momentum shifted, you know, a little bit and shifted right back to the Pirates on that big pickoff over at first base. So for the Warriors, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, no one left on base. Gonzalez, Galvan, and Galvan when we come back. Last Vision live from Beeville, Texas.
Rick Sines with Z-Bart of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. Stop by their location at 4535 Everhart for auto alarms, window tint, diamond gloss, auto detailing, rhino linings, and more. Call 361-985-9274 for more information or to make an appointment. Z-Bart, it's us or rust. Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. Come by and see us at 4313 South Staples in Ottotown. We'd like to wish all of the local teams the best of luck this season from your friends at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
Welcome back. Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Javier Guzman here in the broadcast table in the stands. We are in among, we're shifted over, I'd say on the Sinton side, I guess.
Right.
And we were warned beforehand, well, I was anyways, that these fans are pretty rowdy.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's not a lie either. Yeah, they got some noisemakers. They really get into it, and you know.
Horns. Yeah. I mean, man, they do. And this place is packed, guys. Great turnout for both. And you know, when I rolled up here, his first pitch there to Gonzalez is a strike. 9-1-2, Gonzalez, Galvan, and Galvan, and it's Marco Gonzalez who leads things off here.
You know, you even got people watching in the left field foul pole on some trucks out there. So you know, there's a crowd when you got people watching from the outside.
That's right.
The parking's horrible here, though.
Yeah. It's they don't have a real true parking lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Rios,
what
once
a block
again,
right there by Herrera.
Yeah, he's another good catcher, man. You know, I was also talking about all these athletes around South Texas baseball. I mean, you know, it's kind of normal now for all these guys to be committed. You know, oh, you know, this guy signed. You know, you're not surprised no more, right, Jake?
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
It's kind of a given now how hard these guys work.
Chopper over to the third baseman. Puente has to wait for it to come down, but he makes a good, strong throw to Benavides. And they retire Gonzalez for the first out here in the top of the fourth.
Nice play there by the third baseman. Real solid play. I mean, even that play was close at first base. So
yeah,
Sinton not only, you know, they do many things well, but they hustle down that line also. So he made that play close at first base.
Back to the top of the order, Rene Galvan to the plate. And Rene, he is 0 for 1. Walked his first time up, then he grounded out to the right side and fouls that one off his foot.
And you know, true to form, you know, once again, reels with the off speed on the first pitch, you know, and Galvan was way ahead of it. So what you thinking, Jake, next week if Sinton does move on? Whataburger Field?
I mean, that's kind of the talk of the town, man.
And
it is available.
Yeah, it will be. I want to say so, man. That would be awesome. I think the South Texas fans, everybody would show up.
That one is going to be driven out to right field. Going to get down just inside the line. And now we get to see Galvan fly. He's going to round second. And he kind of stopped. And he's still going to make it. Yeah, he does.
Wow.
Head first slide. It was a lot closer than it probably would have been.
Yep.
He kind of held up there at second base. Maybe didn't see Coach Alanis maybe waving him, but man, with his speed.
Yeah, that guy can fly.
Oh my goodness.
If he doesn't stop, he's up there stand-up triple.
Right.
You know?
I agree. But it was a lot closer than it probably should have been because he kind of held up there at second base. But man, he went from 0 to 100 pretty quick right after the stop.
Yeah, that was a 4.4 40. Yeah, and you know, right there, Rios hung a curveball again, and you know that's something that he's gonna need to, you know, avoid doing because Sinton's right on it now. So now he's having a tough time trying to spot his curveball, and you know if that's gonna happen, that's one of his best pitches, like we talked about. You know, so Galvan at third with one out now, and his twin brother up to bat, and
pops that one up.
Man, I don't know, that one might go.
Oh wow. Oh man, Stace in the corner over there makes the grab.
Yeah, even Galvan gave him props there. And I think he drove in the run, but he gave him props for catching it there at the fence.
Yeah, sac fly, and man, it looked like just a pop-up off the bat that just kept carrying and carrying. Yep. And like you said, it almost looked like it had a chance if it stayed fair, but it goes foul, and Stace never gave up on it, man. He made a great play out there. But Galvan does drive in the run, so a 5-0 Pirate lead. 2 out here.
You know, and these Pirates, they just keep on adding, just like the first game, you know. They scored 4, added 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Now that, you know, they're kind of on the same path, same game plan they had from yesterday. Scored early, and then they keep on adding, right? And then with Brown on the mound, you know, that's tough. It's tough to beat, Jake.
Yeah, tough to beat that combo. Mitchell at the plate, and he looks at strike 2. So behind in the count, 0-2.
I'm really impressed how Sinton's ball players are they're really built from their legs. Jake, if you really look at that.
And there goes Mitchell. Blake Mitchell, 3 for 3 in the ball game. His third base hit of the ball game. And he just dumps one in front of Rosie Paul in center field. And you know, I talked to Coach Alanis about that, and he said the reason for that, as we're going to get a courtesy runner, let me mark this courtesy runner real quick, is number one, a lot of these guys are on the football team.
Right.
But even the guys that aren't, they really bought into the weight program there in Sinton. And he said that's been a difference maker for them. And these guys, you can see it, and just like you said, in their legs.
Right. And you know that. You know, you can say all you want about upper body strength, and of course you don't want to be too tight and be a, muscle dude when you're up there. Of course you got to have some kind of.
You got to be a little loose,
right.
Yeah.
But you know, that makes a big difference when it comes down to your legs and you're strong from there. You know, that gives you all the power, pitching, throwing, hitting. It helps all 3 phases.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chester grounds one to the shortstop. Garza, he goes the short way. Underhand toss to Chapa at second. They'll force Lopez, the courtesy runner, at second base for out number 3. But they add another run here in the top of the 4th. 5-0 Sinton Pirates. And we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Blast Vision Live from Beeville, Texas.
.361hsblast.com, your newest source for Coastal Bend 5A baseball and football news. Matt Rogers, Jake Vasquez, George Vondercheck, Stu Duncan, and Pete Garcia, positively spotlighting student athletes, coaches, programs, and schools through insightful features, video, game stories, stats, fan polls, schedules, rosters, and so much more. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. 361hsblast.com. Come check us out.
Johnny Luna with AutoNation Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, and Buick, inviting everyone into the dealership to take a look at the inventory, including brand new 2021 models. But wait, there's more. AutoNation also has the biggest selection of pre-owned cars in town. Free window tint with purchase of any vehicle when you mention you heard this ad on Blast Vision Live. Come and get sold and rolled.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Javier Guzman. Bottom of the fourth inning here. The Warriors will send up 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Rios, Rosipal, and Benavides. Almost lost my partner over here.
I knew I wasn't going to fall, but I was like, whoa, what happened there?
Let's go to the chat. We haven't had a chance to get to the chat here, man. This game is just flying right along. But Magic 81 telling us not to worry too much about the rain. We appreciate you there. Our Magic 81, our scoreboard guy, our weatherman, our /do-it-all guy. We appreciate him always checking in. And Stephen Smith confirming that, yes, the Cal Island girls are still in the playoffs. So want to wish them the best of luck as well. Luis Rios at the plate. Braden Brown starts him off with a strike. And let's see. Icebreaker, Texas. Awesome at bat. Ground ball. And left side, but grounded foul. So 0-2 the count. Thanks for checking in, Icebreaker, Texas. Michael Espinosa saying Sinton has 2 of the top catchers in the state and the nation. Good luck stealing.
Yeah, that's true facts, 100%.
Strike 3 called.
Yeah, and Brown is really controlling the game, Jake, hitting his spot. He's got that off speed, and
he has that.
Yeah,
he has a little bit of the swag now, like he's feeling it.
Yep. And you know, and like I was mentioning before, he's pitching kind of backwards on the TM hitters. He's getting ahead with the off speed, then he's coming fastball. So these guys are kind of guessing a little bit, you know. So, but hey, man, when you got a game plan, you stick to it, and especially when you got zeros on the board, right?
That's right. Rosie Paul, and he fouls off the first pitch. See what Camden has done so far. Walked his first time up, so no official at bat.
Oh, and that's a slider right there. Just the way it breaks, the sharp break. So he has the curveball and he has a slider, and like I said, pitching backwards to the TM hitters. Brown is, and I want to say Brown just committed to Sam Houston State, Jake.
Did he?
Yes, as a sophomore.
Wow.
But that's, like I said, that's nothing new, right?
No.
Not for the South Texas area. I think a lot of schools are turning to the South Texas area and just be like, man, we don't need to go anywhere else, you know. We just go down there.
Ground ball to the second baseman, Gonzalez. The throw to first base is in time. So 4-3 on the putout, 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth.
You know, and then you got a 5-0 lead, Jake Brown does. So, you know, that just gives you more confidence as a pitcher. You know, I pitched in high school, and, you know, when you look at the scoreboard and you're up 4 or 5, you know, you can sneak a fastball down the middle every once in a while, you know, and be like, hey, you know what? Let me see how far you can hit it. You
Put
know,
your best swing on it, right?
Yeah. So having a lead is always a good thing. See, and there we go again. You know, mention it. He throws a off-speed first pitch.
Christian Benavides at the plate.
So that's good scouting on the part of Sinton. They saw something, or they you know, especially with the way TM hits the ball. So you know, that's good coaching on the Sinton's part also. You know, and I want to say, you know, that really comes to an effect when you can tell your pitcher, hey, you know, these guys sit on a fastball, you know, you're gonna have to throw your off speed more or whatever, you know. So So doing a good job, Brown is. And there he comes straight for the fastball.
2-1 pitch, 2-2 now is the count. Well, that guy over there, you know, the one, that head coach over there at Sinton, he's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of that guy before, but
He's still young in his coaching career.
swing and a miss. And Brown, man, you can tell he's feeling it.
Yeah, he's locked in, no doubt, Jake. He's locked in.
So the Warriors go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We played 4 innings of baseball, and it is a 5-0 Sinton Pirate lead. Blast Vision Live from Beeville, Texas.
When I think of Snowball, I think of the hot Corpus summers of my childhood and trips to the original Snowball located at 3830 Baldwin. And now, Snowball 2 has taken that Corpus Christi staple to the south side. Located at 7114 Saratoga, they're your one-stop shop for your favorite snacks. Frito pies, hot Cheetos and cheese, hot dogs, pickles, candy apples, and ice cream. And of course, those amazing snowballs you remember from back when you were a kid. Chris Bernal with LB21 Tournaments and Perfect Game, hosting the best youth baseball tournaments in South Texas. Best youth baseball tournaments in South Texas. LB21, supporting youth baseball in the Coastal Bend area.
Welcome back to the Staples Street Meat Market broadcast booth. We are in the top of the 5th here in Beeville, Texas. And for the Pirates, they'll send up 5, 6, and 7 in the order. Trevino, Stewart, and Brown. Luis Rios back out on the mound for the Warriors. This will be his 5th inning of work.
Yeah, and you know, the game's moving on. We haven't played an hour yet, and we're in the 5th inning. So, I mean, even though the score is 5-0, Jake, it's been good, clean baseball. I haven't seen an error yet, right? There's no error in the ball game yet.
No errors in the ball game.
But you know, Sinton has 10 hits already, and they're putting good swings on it. Rios, you know, he's had some good defensive plays made by his defense also. So, you know, but like it's and there's Trevino once again.
Trevino was 1 for 2. Now he is 2 for 3. That one, it didn't come back.
No, it didn't come back. I think it's lost over there in the oak trees
yeah,
somewhere.
It's lost in the oak trees. This one, a hard ground ball through the left side for a single. So a leadoff single. Jaquay Stewart to the plate. And I'm guessing,
you know, these guys are just hitting the ball real hard, and it's hard as a pitcher. You know, you're trying the best to hit your spots, get your off speed over, but and when they're hitting consistently like that, sometimes, you know, that breaks you as a pitcher. But I mean, it still looks like Rio's going up there, still pitching, you know, trying to give his team a chance.
Nick Flores, the pinch runner over at first base. So Flores at first, Stewart at the plate.
You know, and talking about Sinton, you know, bringing back a bunch of players. I want to say TM doesn't lose many seniors also. I think Rios is a junior. And I want to say the shortstop's a junior. And Rosie Paul's a junior. So they'll still bring some talent back as well, Jake.
Big healthy cut right there by Stewart. But an 0-1 count. Stewart is 2 for 2 in the ball game as well.
Man, I remember watching all these guys play when they were the Sand Crabs. In select baseball. I mean, it was a foul ball down the left field line, gets out of play, and you know, now they're playing high school ball. It's crazy.
Time flies when you're having fun, my man.
Yeah, same thing with, you know, even my son and Alice too, and you know, we played against all these guys in summer ball. But it's just awesome seeing, you know, everybody competing and making it this deep in the playoffs, you know. So.
And the Coyotes, man, they had quite a season this year. They got hit, you know, by the injury bug before the first pitch was even thrown for the season. And your son, you know, was one of those young men that had to fight it through adversity and get himself back. And we didn't know if we would see him. And I know y'all probably didn't know if you'd get to see him, you know, out on the field this year. So There were a lot of teams like that, and what the cool thing about it is most of those teams that fought through that adversity early in the season made the playoffs and made some good playoff runs.
Right. Yeah. And, there's truth to that all the way through, man. And we still have a bunch of South Texas teams in it, and like you said, these guys just fought adversity, kept going.
That one is driven into center field, and it gets past Rosenpaul. Flores, he is rounding third. They're waving him. Here comes the throw. Going to be a close play at the plate. Safe. He's in there. So the throw a little bit on the first base side of, not much, but a little bit. And you see Herrera there. He had to kind of turn behind him to try and apply the tag on Flores, but Flores gets a hand in first.
Yeah, I mean that line drive right there sliced. I thought Rosie Paul had a beat on it, and at the last second it just took off. So the wind is coming from east to west, it looks like, right?
Yeah, like
right?
from right to left.
Yes. So, man, that was a slicing line drive all the way through, and usually Rosie Paul's gonna track that down, 9 out of 10 times, but man, these guys are hitting some balls pretty hard, Jake.
So they add another run here, and Coach Akers going to call a timeout. Luis Rios, we have him unofficially at 63 pitches. Let's see what they decide to do. Like you said earlier, they can't let this one get too far away. Now they, we're in the 5th inning. They're kind of running out of time to be chip away. They're going to have to put up some crooked numbers just to try and get back in it. But, one run here, one run there. That's all that Sinton's really done. 2 in the top of the first, 2 in the top of the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 here in the top of the 5th. But it starts to get late quick.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And, he's throwing strikes. He he's being a competitor up there. But, man, Sinton's just putting the bat on the ball real well. And, it's tough. It's baseball can be a cruel sport, too, when it comes to errors or some bogus plays. Did you see that coming off the high school ball a little bit? Did you see Javi Baez on that?
I did not. I didn't get a chance. I drove in. Was it yesterday that it happened? I drove in super late from Jordanton last night, but I kind of saw something a little bit before I went to bed. I just didn't get to see it. What was it?
So
Brown fouls off that first pitch.
He grounds out to second base, routine, and he's got there's a runner at third with 1 out, I want to say. It was either 0 or 1 out, either way. Well, instead of going through the base, he comes back towards home plate. And the runner's coming in from third, and he comes all the way back towards the batter's box, and his guy scores. I don't know what the other team was thinking. All they had to do was just throw it to first base, and he would have been out. But it just shows you sometimes if you're not mentally in the game,
yeah,
you make that's an error a major leaguer should not be making. All they had to do was just touch first base. I mean, the guy would have scored regardless, right? But it just goes to show you if you're not in the ball game,
your head's got to be in there.
Yeah, you're not there 100%. So, that was a big boo-boo. One of the worst plays I've ever seen in Major League history, no doubt.
I'm going to have to go check it out.
Yeah.
Brown fouls off the pitch once again, so we'll do it again at 1 and 2. Yeah, I did see something about it, just didn't get to see it. But, yeah, I'm going to have to go check it out just to see for myself.
All they had to do was touch first base, plays over. The run's going to score. He hit it to second base, but I don't know what he was thinking.
1-2 count here on Braden Brown. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Here comes the pitch, and that one is going to be driven out to right center. The right fielder, Battersby, tracks it down, and he gets it in quickly. So Stewart stays put at second base. But Brown, he gave it a ride. But, man, what a play right there by Battersby. He came a long way, and he's got some wheels out there in right.
Yeah, no doubt. If he doesn't make that play, Jake, that's in the gap. Scores another run for Sinton. Another well-hit ball by Sinton, man. And, 1 through 9, these guys are putting the bat on the ball.
Caden McCoy will dig in. McCoy, he's 0 for 2 here in the ball game. And he looks at a strike.
Another curveball by Rios.
So McCoy, a ground out and a fly out, 0 for 2. That pitch is going to be driven out to right field. Battersby again coming in and again makes a great play. They're going to, no, safe is Stewart. That was close. Battersby got it in quickly. Stewart kind of faked the tag like he was going to tag up and head to third base. And the throw came in to Garza, the shortstop. And, man, it looked from here like they got him, but he must have missed him on the tag. I mean, we're way too far away to see that. But like I've said almost every game, four-man crew here in the playoffs. And so you've got an umpire right there with the best view. And Stewart somehow evaded the tag. So 2 away for Gonzalez.
That was another nice play by the right fielder. He got that in quick, and, you know, Stewart wasn't really off the back too far, but he made a heck of a throw, and, you know, that was a pretty close play.
Yeah, made it close. First pitch to Gonzalez in there for a strike. And that pitch fouled off. So 0-2. Gonzalez, he's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Couple of ground outs to the left side. So Stewart at second base. And that pitch is going to be driven out to left field. Stace going to get down in front of him. They're waving Stewart. And it's going to be an RBI single for Gonzalez. And they add another run here in the top of the 5th to take a 7-0 lead. And the Pirates, man, they just can't figure out how to get these hitters out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 9-hole hitter right there, you know, getting a base hit. And, I mean, Rios, they're just getting to Rios, and, you know, and they just keep on adding, Jake, and it's tough. It's tough to win a ball game, you know, when you can't do nothing about it, you know. I mean, those are clean base hits, home run, line drive. You know, if your defense can't make plays, it's tough. It's even tougher, you know. So.
Yeah, and they are making some great plays behind him. It's just that, you know, the Pirate hitters, they're finding the holes, man.
Yep.
We're gonna have a pitching change, so you guys hang tight. We'll be right back. We'll give you some pitching change information when we come back. Blast Vision live from Beeville, Texas.
J Styles and Cuts on Castores for all your hair needs. Call them at 361-854-7246 to make an appointment today. J Styles and Cuts, proud supporters of South Texas baseball.
Looking to expand your customer base? Hit a home run and advertise right here on Blast Vision. For more information, contact Jake Vasquez at 361-434-0705. That's 361-434-0705. Join us and show your support for South Texas athletics.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Javier Guzman.
Los Frentos beating Round Rock 7-0.
Wow. Score update. I don't know if y'all heard that. That game being played over at Cabinets Field right now. And Los Fresnos with a 7-0 lead over Round Rock. And Round Rock, that's a powerhouse team.
Yeah,
so,
no doubt.
man, that's huge for the Valley team, Los Fresnos.
And they're the last Valley team standing, too. So
we'll have to keep you posted on that one as it comes in. We appreciate everyone who sends the both of us. I mean, we have tons of help with scores, man. I know you do, and we do too, man, and we appreciate you all. Magic 81 is one of those guys who always keeps us up to date with scores. So the pitching change here, now pitching for the Warriors, Mark Chapa. So Chapa will come in from second base. Rio stays in the game, and he'll take over at second. So a straight switch right there. Top of the order for the Pirates, and Rene Galvan at the plate. He's 1 for 2, walked, grounded out, and tripled in his last at bat. Gonzalez at first, 2 down. Big cut right there by Galvan.
Yeah, these Sinton hitters don't get cheated, man. Well, no. But their approach is good, Jake, because in the first few innings they kind of wanted to see the pitcher, so they just kind of put it in play, didn't overswing. They stayed within themselves. But once they saw him the second time around, they started swinging out of their shoes. So
Yes, they did.
yeah, so you can see like a difference.
Yeah.
And and when you do that, that means you studied the pitcher, and you see what he had.
Ground ball backhanded by Benavides over at first base. He'll take it himself, and they'll retire Galvan for out number 3. But here in the top of the 5th inning for the Sinton Pirates, 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. Herrera, Chapa, and Puente due up for the Warriors when we come back. Last Vision live from Beeville, Texas.
With the sun staying out later and the weather getting warmer, get out and grill. Stable Street Meat Market has the best selection of quality meats for your next barbecue. Known for their Angus beef fajitas, smoked sausages, and new authentic family recipe, Ponle brand spices. Like us on Facebook and never miss our weekly specials. We're located at 7626 South Staple Street, number 111 in Kings Crossing. But coming soon, our new location at 7418 South Staple Street is set to open in early 2022. Stable Street Meat Market, proud supporters of South Texas Athletics.
Rick Sines with Z-Bart of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas Athletics. Stop by their location at 4535 Everhart for auto alarms, window tint, diamond gloss, auto detailing, rhino linings, and more. Call 361-985-9274 for more information or to make an appointment. Z-Bart, it's us or rust.
Welcome back. Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Javier Guzman with the call for you here in this one. We're moving right along, man. Bottom of the 5th inning already. And due up for the Warriors, 5, 6, 7 in the order. Herrera, Chapa, and Puente. The Warriors need to put up some crooked numbers.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and we were talking about it earlier in the 3rd inning, Sinton just keeps on adding, and, with Brown on the mound, this guy's commanding the zone. He's throwing his off-speed for strikes. He has very, very high confidence right now, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for TM to mount a comeback. Now, don't say it can't be done because it's baseball, right? And it's high school baseball. Oh,
and that one is not coming back either. Whoa. What a swing right there by Johnny Herrera.
Wow, that was a moonshot. And once he hit it, he stood there and he just admired it, Jake.
So did I. Wow, Johnny Herrera, touch them all, young man. And he puts the TM Warriors on the board.
Now, left field is 320, Jake, but I think that was hit about 400 feet. That lost it in the oak trees.
Yeah, that was, like you said, a moonshot.
And he gave him a first pitch fastball. That's probably one of the first times I've seen that. And like we were talking about earlier, he was pitching backwards on these guys, and he gave him a first pitch fastball. He didn't miss.
Yeah, Herrera was ready. Drove it out of the ballpark.
And there's another one.
Hard hit up the middle. Galvan, the shortstop, over to first base in time. And I think that one kind of went off of Brown, did it?
Right, yeah, it looked like it hit either the mound or
Brown.
Or him, yeah. Kind of slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that was hard hit also.
Yeah, if it doesn't hit either Brown or the mound, that's probably a base hit into center field. But a lucky break for the Pirates as it kind of went right to Galvan, who was coming this way anyway. And he makes a nice play.
Man,
so one down.
And for Galvan being a heck of a catcher, man, he plays shortstop pretty darn good too. Covered a lot of ground there. That's just being an athlete, right?
Yeah. And the Galvan brothers, if you see them up close, they are specimens.
Oh, I believe it. You can see. You can just see it from up here.
Ball and a strike here on Albert Puente.
It's all that butter churn.
I think it is.
Nah. They'd probably be overweight if it was butter churn.
1-2 the count, and low and outside, 2-2.
Wow, man, that was a big time home run right there. Wow.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it too. Chopper over to the third baseman, Flores, and actually that is not Flores. They had courtesy run for Flores. That is Trevino. So Trevino tries to pick it, but he can't.
Yeah, that was a tough hop. Either way, he was in between hops. He tried to come up. That's an infield hit. You know, that's a if they call that an error, that's a tough error. But to me, that's an infield hit right there. It was going to be a tough play either way to get him at first base. So a little trouble here for Brown here in this inning. They've kind of hit too hard. You know. Oh, and curveball gets away from the catcher.
So Puente will make it over to second base easily. And a 1-0 count here on Josh Garcia.
So TM gets another runner in scoring position. You know, they got to run back on the home run. And, you know, like you said, too, if it wasn't for that hit up the middle, getting hit off Brown or the mound, you know, you might have first and third right now.
And Brown's going to miss outside. 2-0.
You know, and that always happens to a pitcher too. You know, once you get hit, and you're like, man, now I got to start hitting my corners, and you know, like right there, it looked like he was trying to place the ball there instead of going right at him. Oh, there he goes.
And a miss. Goes back to the right at him there.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
But yeah, you're right. You know, it did look like maybe he was trying to be a little bit too nitpicky.
Right.
This is low, 3-1. First time he's really had any pressure on him here in this ball game.
Right, right. Yeah, you're right there. And you know, Garcia's trying to get another run in, try to get some momentum back for TM. You know, any little momentum is good. You know, you're still in the 5th inning. You still got a lot of game to play. Like we say, you know, it's high school baseball. You never know what can happen.
That's right. And he's going to miss up. So a walk, and now first and second with 1 out for Battersby.
So after the home run, Brown's, you know, missing his spots here a little bit, and TM took advantage of it. So now they got first and second, 1 out, and you know, a base hit here can make things a little bit interesting.
And Mitchell goes out to talk to him and tell him, just, you know, take a deep breath, trust your stuff, we got you, man.
Right, no doubt. And they got a good defense, so, you know, I'm sure he's looking for maybe a double play ground ball right here, you know.
Yeah, 1 pitch away, getting himself out of it. Here comes the first pitch to Battersby. He's going to miss low and outside. So 1-0 the count. Battersby 1 for 1 in the ball game. Single just inside the line, down the third base line. And that one going to be driven out to left field.
Ooh.
Not deep. McCoy's there. Couple of steps back, makes the grab. 2 away.
So TM, like we said before, also, you know, they can swing the bat on a fastball, and that's what they're getting from Brown. It looks like Brown on his curveball, he was not throwing it over for a strike, so they're sitting on his fastball and they're getting some good contact on it.
Takes us back to the top of the order. Jorge Garza to the plate. Garza so far 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. So going to be looking for his first base hit of the ball game. And Brown misses maybe low. 1-0. Like we said, they need to put up a crooked number at some point.
Right.
Get themselves back, yeah. Pitch in the turf, 2-0. So Garza right here, looking for his pitch.
You know, and I want to say this is the most pitches he's thrown in an inning, 16. I want to say.
Probably so.
Yeah, he only has 64 still, so that just tells you how he was in control the first, you know, 4 innings, and now he's struggling a little bit.
Yeah, 3-0 the count here on Garza. One more battle, and that will load him up.
So he steps off the mound, tries to regroup. Brown.
Your 3-0 pitch is going to miss low. So he does walk Garza to load up the bases, and here come the Warriors. We said before this game started that they were not going to lay down.
Right, no.
And you see them battling, and And the momentum shifts of this game now kind of shifted back towards TM a little bit, especially after that leadoff home run. And Coach Alanis wants to talk it over with his guys.
And
so they've got Garza at first, Garcia at second, Puente at third, and Luis Rios at the plate. Kind of fitting for Luis Rios to be the guy at the plate right now.
And now the TM fans are into it. So playoff baseball, man. You get momentum, and here we go. And I'll tell you one thing. If Rios gets a base hit here, the plate's going to explode on the TM side.
Absolutely.
How lovely, right? Baseball. One side's quiet, the other side's up.
That's right. Talked about it all year. If you're a home plate umpire, you're only going to have half of the stadium like you at any given point in the game.
Yeah.
And then sometimes neither one of them likes you.
No doubt.
Tough to be an umpire.
Yeah, I think that's one of the toughest jobs to do around the area. You really got to tunnel everybody out, man. It's hard, you know.
So Rios digs in. They're loaded up here for the Warriors. Brown from the windup. Here comes the pitch. Popped up. Gonna get into the stands, and no one makes the grab. I'm a little disappointed.
That was an easy fly ball.
Come on, guys.
Should have made that play.
So an 0-1 count here on Rios. Brown misses up, 1-1.
So when Brown was controlling his off-speed early, now he's not controlling it. So these guys are sitting fastball. So this is what Rios is looking for right now. He's looking for a fastball to drive. Oh, came back with a curveball. And that one he did get. I think that kind of surprised Rios there. He was looking fastball.
Pitch in the turf right there.
So they got the count 3-1, but I want to say it's 2-2.
Yeah,
right?
I believe it is 2. I've got it 2-2. Because I want to say
tipped it. He
tipped it.
yeah.
The motion was a foul tip from the home plate umpire, so it's got to be 2-2 here.
Yes, sir.
I'm with you, Hob.
Right here, big moment right here, big moment. Oh, another pop-up. Oh, 0 for 2.
Missed
0
it.
for 2.
The crowd is 0 for 2.
2 errors on the crowd. We don't got no errors on the field, but we have them in the crowd.
2 in the crowd, yeah.
She's pretty upset she didn't catch that.
She almost had it too.
Yeah, that was a better play than the first
Much
one.
better. Yeah,
better effort.
Look, she's blaming someone. Like, I think someone bumped her. That's why she's so upset.
So the umpire does clarify it. It is 2-2.
Yeah.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded, Jake.
Big moment in this ball game for the TM Warriors and for Braden Brown.
Yeah. Real
what a battle.
Man. Yeah.
No one was going to get that one.
Yeah, no. So Rios hanging tough. You know, he's not only a pitcher, but he hits the ball pretty well. And he's in the 2-hole for a reason, right? So he's trying to get it over to the 3-4 guys, you know, Rosie, Paul, Benavides. So TM trying to crawl back in the ball game, Jake.
Another 2-2 pitch coming up. Rios calls timeout.
It's funny how the game slows down, right? When you have something like this.
Yeah, we were moving right along, and all of a sudden,
boom.
Here comes the pitch. And Brown,
oh.
They're going to appeal down to the first base umpire, and he says, yes, he did go around on the check swing. That's a big strikeout right there for Braden Brown and the Sinton Pirates. And, man, the Warriors, they leave them loaded here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah.
And perhaps another momentum shift, you know, for the Pirates here. They are leading this one 7-1 after 5 innings of play. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Blast Vision live from Beeville, Texas.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. come by and see us at 4313 South Staples in Ottotown. We'd like to wish all of the local teams the best of luck this season from your friends at Lithia Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. .361hsblast.com, your newest source for Coastal Bend 5A baseball and football news. Matt Rogers, Jake Vasquez, George Vondercheck, Stu Duncan, and Pete Garcia, positively spotlighting student athletes, coaches, programs, and schools through insightful features, video, game stories, stats, fan polls, schedules, rosters, and so much more. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. 361hsblast.com. Come check us out.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Javier Guzman with the call for you. We played 5 innings of baseball here from Coastal Bend College, the home of the Cougars. While the Cougars are away, the high schoolers will play, and the Cougars, I want to wish them the best of luck. They are at the College World Series right now, so loaning out the ballpark to the high school guys, and Pirate fans and Warrior fans certainly appreciative. So here in the top of the 6, 2, 3, 4 due up in the order. Rylan Galvan at the plate, and Chapa delivers ball 1.
Man, that was a big moment in the ball game there, Jake. Going back to the bottom of the 5th, if the umpire don't call the swing, that's ball 4. And, you know, TM's going to get another run. And then you got Rosie Paul and Benavides coming up. So that's a key moment. And TM, you know, they were trying to scratch to get back in the ball game. So just mark that down as a key moment in the game, you know, moving forward.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. That was huge. And unfortunate for the Warriors right there, as, you know, they don't get the call to go their way. Perhaps the check swing, you know, a part of baseball that not very many people like.
Yeah, and
that's tough. That you know,
and it's even worse when, you know, let's say you're down 1 run, runner at third base, and they ring you up on a check swing. That's the worst part about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Driven out to right field, down in front of Battersby. A leadoff single for Galvan. And man, these guys, they can swing it.
Oh yeah, man. They're showing their prowess right now, hitting the ball, and like I said, you know, now they're killing any momentum TM did have. Man, I'm so hoping that Vets can get a win tomorrow, make it interesting, and, you know, maybe have a representative from the 5A also, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So we'll see, you know, not over. Of course, they would have to play Leander Rouse, which swept GP. You know, I was really kind of surprised by that. I don't think GP necessarily played bad baseball. I just think Leander Rouse just played good baseball.
Right.
And you know,
there's a strike.
Ball, you know, Malachi Lott, you know, had 10 strikeouts, pitched 6 in the 3rd, you know, held them, and, you know, I think GP at the wrong time, their bats, you know, stayed quiet at the wrong time, you know, and I think when you look at that series, that's what it was, you know.
That pitch is fouled off, so the count 1-2. And that was Rudy's assessment. You know, he called all of those games for us and pretty much said the same thing. He said, I don't think GP, they didn't play bad.
Right.
You know, Rouse just played a little bit better.
Right.
And sometimes that's all it takes.
Yep.
And but you know what? You got to tip your hat to that Rouse team. You know, they beat Canyon Lake.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
In the first round. And then that pitch gets away from Herrera. And so Galvan will head over to second base. So 2-2 the count.
Canyon Lake's 4A. They beat Canyon. This is 5A.
They beat
New Braunfels Canyon.
New Braunfels Canyon.
Yeah, then they were ranked up there, man.
Yeah,
I saw that. Canyon was like in the top 10 pretty much all year.
They beat New Braunfels Canyon, and then they had to beat the first place team of their district,
right?
Cedar Park.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You know, so, and then you get the Gregory Break. It never got any easier, and those guys just they got it done, and
they're earning it. They're
yeah,
earning it
for sure. And we talked to the guys, the broadcast group from that broadcast for Rouse, and we kind of were talking about it, and they said, they just, for them, they just peaking at the right time. That's what happened, and that one is driven out to right field, looking up Battersby, and it's going to drop. Battersby lost it.
Oh, Mitchell thought he had a home run there. Oh.
Throw comes in, and they did not tag Galvan. Makes a move around Herrera.
Man, and I want to say Mitchell thought he had a home run out of the box. I mean, I think the wind brought that one in, because that did look gone as it, when he hit the ball. But it stayed in, and Mitchell was trotting to first base, and he's like, "Oh Lord, I got to run now."
Yeah.
And Galvan made the catcher miss, and they called him safe at home. So that's going to be an RBI double for Mitchell, which is, what, 4 for 4 in the ball game?
4 for 4 in the ball game.
So an early candidate for player of the game right there, no?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know how we do it here.
Yes, sir. Or just give the team player of the game, right?
That's what I wanted to do yesterday.
Yeah.
Cannon Chester at the plate.
No, but, 4 for 4, and, he's hit the ball hard every single time he's been up there. So, and, man, how crazy how it just died once it got to the warning track. That was another hard hit ball by Blake Mitchell. LSU commit, by the way. Then you have an Alabama commit at the plate.
Cannon Chester. And Chester drives that one to the right side, but foul.
Man, they're getting some good swings. Sinton's really getting some good swings tonight. And now, if they do advance, play Cal Allen, man, I would love to see their offense against those lefties that Cal Allen has. Lampkin is one of the top lefties around the area. He's also committed to Texas A&M. Then they got
a junior.
Right, and they got a Perez lefty that we faced also that's pretty good. And, Cal Allen's Cal Allen, man. Every year, just like football, they're going to make a deep run. And, I think for Chapman, it's like, nothing new, right?
Right. For Cal Allen fans, too. They just expect it, and it's kind of like what you said, with these guys, it's not surprising anymore to see these guys commit. It's not will they commit, it's where are they going to commit
and when,
now.
right.
And when. That one's going to be driven out to right field, and it's going to get down for a base hit in front of Battersby. They are waving around Mitchell. The throw goes to second base instead, and they're going to tag out Chester, trying to stretch it to a double, but he does drive in the run from second base.
And I think he's hurt, Jake, on the slide, I'm sorry. I think when he slid in, his shoulder kind of went the awkward way. Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're not. You're good. You're good. So, drives in the run, and that's the big thing right there. And they're going to give that young man a round of applause.
Looks like he came off okay there, Pete. Jake, sorry. I call with Pete on the radio, so I'm used to saying Pete. I apologize about that.
No, you're good, man. I might call you Justin or Rudy in a little bit too,
Yeah,
so don't even worry.
Yeah, that happens too, right?
Yeah, no, it does.
So RBI single for
Chester.
And then he gets thrown out on the throw by the right fielder. So 1 out, but Sinton tacks on another run. Looks like
Daniel Trevino at the plate. Oh, let me fix my scoreboard. Yeah, got to fix my scoreboard. Thank you.
Yes.
9 runs. I got you.
Got it. We got it.
Our camera girl is keeping us in check here. And that one is going to be driven out to center field. Rosie Paul coming in, actually, and showing off the wheels is Rosie Paul. He'll record out number 2. So Trevino flies out. Jaquay Stewart to the plate. And all the And all the mayhem, I forgot to update the virtual scoreboard. I'm sorry about that, guys. It's 9-1 Sinton Pirates, and I think I've got the virtual scoreboard right. Yeah, we're good now.
Look at that photographer on the Sinton side. He's got a sombrero on.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That one is going to be driven out to left field, and it's a fair ball. Stewart headed for second base. He is 4 for 4 in the ball game.
Oh, we might have a co-player of the game. Wow, how many hits is that now?
Yeah, we're going to have to check on that one as well. A double right there just inside the line and left. So Stewart at second base. And let's have a look. That is 17 hits for the Pirates.
17 hits, guys. You really don't see that in this classification level of ball and this far in the playoffs, you know. So 17 hits by the Sinton Pirates tonight. Wow. So runner at second with 2 outs now. Stewart after the double.
It's going to be Braden Brown, and Brown looks at strike 1.
So Sinton's looking like they want a 10-run rule and get out of here, huh?
That pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count.
Fouled off by Brown, so 1-2 the count. Brown, Stewart still at second, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 6th inning, Jake. And it's ended up being a pretty cool night. It's not sticky humid like it was earlier today.
Yes, I'm much appreciating that. It drove. That pitch is gonna be fouled back.
Let's see if they get it the third time.
Oh man!
0 for 3. That's certainly not the player of the game.
No, absolutely not. I'm sorry, fans, but you do not get it for player of the game.
And you don't get to keep the foul ball either. You missed it.
you gotta give it back. I drove to San Antonio, and the AC in the truck wasn't working.
Oh man.
So man, I was like, oh, I just hope it's not a scorching hot night tonight. And hey, man, sometimes you get what you ask for, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Got a little cool breeze, and
yeah, it looks like the winds died down tremendously. Flags just
kind of hanging there.
Hanging there. Yep.
2-2 count here on Brown. And it looks like Chapa going to step off. Haven't had a chance really as this game keeps moving right along to check in on the chat, but
Bishop's up 4-2 in that playoff.
That's the Lady Badgers. And we'll check in on the chat once again when we come back. The strikeout right there of Brown for out number 3. But for the Pirates, they add 2 more runs here in the top of the 6th to take a 9-1 lead. Due up in the bottom of the inning, Rosapal, Benavides, and Herrera. Listen to Blast Vision live from Beeville, Texas.
Johnny Luna with AutoNation Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, and Buick, inviting everyone into the dealership to take a look at the inventory, including brand new 2021 models. But wait, there's more. AutoNation also has the biggest selection of pre-owned cars in town. Free window tint with purchase of any vehicle when you mention you heard this ad on Blast Vision Live. Come and get sold and rolled.
When I think of Snowball, I think of the hot Corpus summers of my childhood and trips to the original Snowball located at 3830 Baldwin. And now, Snowball 2 has taken that Corpus Christi staple to the south side. Located at 7114 Saratoga, they're your one-stop shop for your favorite snacks. Frito pies, hot Cheetos and cheese, hot dogs, pickles, candy apples, and ice cream. And of course, those amazing snowballs you remember from back when you were a kid.
Welcome back. Stable Streaming Market Broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Javier Guzman with the call for you here. And let me get our scoreboard up to date. There we go. Now it looks good. Bottom of the 6th we go. And a 9-1 Sinton Pirate lead over the Tuloso-Midway Warriors.
I was checking if we had a change in the field. I think we do. Or is Chester a DH?
Chester.
Oh,
Nope, the right fielder.
We do have a change.
We'll see if we can get you that defensive change here in a second. We got a new right fielder. And the first pitch here from Brown to Camden Rosie Paul misses for a ball, and that one's going to be driven out to center field, slicing away from Galvan. It's going to split the gap all the way to the wall. Rosie Paul going to put the brakes at second base, but a leadoff double, and I don't know about you, Javier, but I think that even makes that final call in the bottom of the 5th inning even huge, even more big than it was, even huger than it was, because it's not guaranteed he gets a double if he comes up to bat,
but clears the bases.
Yeah, that's a crooked number that they really needed. Instead, it's a leadoff double.
So the score would have been 7-2, him coming up, and he hits that double, clears the bases. It would have been 7-5.
Yeah,
but
huge
that
difference. But that didn't happen.
Yeah,
that's right. And we can dwell on the what ifs all we want. They can't, right? They've got to put that behind them and come out and get the job done here in the next inning. And so he does a great job getting on base and in scoring position to lead things off. It's an 0-1 count here on Christian Benavides.
Ooh.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
I can't really see the number on that right fielder, but we do have a new right fielder.
Yeah, I can't see. Definitely, I can't see the number on that right fielder. And that pitch fouled off first base side, going to get out of play. So another 0-2 pitch coming up.
It looks like number 1, Jake. That's what I see. Number 1.
Number 1.
Yep.
And that would be. Let's see what number 1 is. Rylan Lopez. Swing and a miss. Gonna have to make the throw down to first base, and it's in time. So they'll retire Benavides on the strikeout.
Yeah, he is number 1.
2-3 on the putout. So the new right fielder again, that is Lopez, Rylan Lopez. So Lopez in right, and Herrera at the plate, and the first pitch from Brown misses low and outside, 1-0. Up and in, and gets him on the shoulder. So hit by pitch right there.
And going back to what you mentioned, look, double, and then you have a hit batsman after the out, right? But
right. But still, it makes a big difference. And
game of inches. Umpire said he swung and can't reverse it. There's no replay.
Not at the high school level.
Not at the high school level.
Courtesy runner, and that is number 3 in Hinojosa. So Hinojosa at first, Rosie Paul at second base. 1 out here for Mark Chapa. Nasty breaking pitch. Called strike 1. I saw this young man in a ball game that I did, I believe it was against the Alice Coyotes there at the Warriors home ballpark, and Chapa hit one out of the park and then hit one off the wall.
Right. Yes.
So these guys, like you said, I mean, they can swing it too, man.
Yeah, no, they can. And that's what I was mentioning before. Brown, he's throwing a lot of off speed. Oh, they're gonna try to go.
Safe at third base.
So a double steal for the Warriors there, and the ball got away from Mitchell maybe 2-3 feet, and Rosie Paul was aggressive there, getting to third base for the Warriors. And like I was mentioning with Brown, you know, he's been pitching backwards, you know, on the TM hitters. So, like I said, that's good scouting, and you know, they attacked him a different way, and it's worked. You know, it's worked the whole game.
2-2 the count here on Chapa. Second and third with one out, and that one fouled off. We'll do it again at 2-2. So a couple of runners in scoring position here with one out. They've got 2 innings to work with, 5 outs to work with, the Warriors. And what looks like a mountain to climb, but man, if they could put some runs on the board, get that score a little bit closer, give themselves a chance.
Yes, sir.
2-2 pitch, misses for ball 3. So full count on Chapa. Puente on deck. Just missing outside for ball 4. So that'll load him up. So back-to-back innings, the Warriors have loaded him up here. Albert Puente digs in from the right side. Here comes the first offering, low and outside.
So there you go. Here's another chance for TM to get back in the ball game, get a little bit of momentum back, Jake. Bases loaded once again, but this time with one out.
This time with one out.
Hey, and so
Brown.
that's 5 straight balls by Brown. So he's and Stewart's gonna go over and talk to him, try to settle him down, and he's behind on the batter Puente 2-0.
We've got him at unofficially 90 pitches. And Rudy Trevino checking in on the chat said the Cal Allen, the Lady Wildcats, they beat Bernie 5-2.
So yeah, Bishop's winning that game 2. It looks like that's gonna go to game 3. They lead 6-2 against Santa Gertrudis. Jake.
Yeah.
2 South Texas teams that 10, 12 miles apart, battling it out.
That's right. That's what it's all about.
Ooh.
That one-
And the ball gets past the catcher.
That's going to be a run for the Tuloso-Midway Warriors. Rosenpaul comes in to score. Both Hinojosa and Chapa advancing a bag as well. So a 9-2 ball game. And a 3-1 count here on Puente.
Yeah, right here, Brown's got to make a pitch, try to get out of the inning, limit the damage. Warriors trying to get 2 more across, make it a ball game. Split the score in half here. Ball 4.
So again, they're loaded.
Oh, he's saying it's 3-1, Jake.
Okay.
I thought it was, oh no, now he's saying it's ball 4.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, I think whoever's in the press box is kind of behind a little bit.
Yeah, they've been a little bit behind on the count at some points in this ball game. And so Coach Alanis again headed to the mound. So we'll check in on the chat real quick. I'll say hello to some folks real quick. Michael Espinosa checking in. And Manuel Zamora rooting for Sinton, watching from Victoria, Texas. I will be in Victoria, Texas tomorrow with the Bishop Badgers. The Lady Badgers. Kind of cool when, like the Cal Wildcats, when you have your baseball team and your softball team doing well and both still in the playoffs. Same thing in Bishop. They have the Bishop Badgers, the fellas. I've got them tomorrow, and Magic 81 reporting on the Lady Badgers, and they looks like are going to take it, or a very good chance that they'll take it to a game 3 against Santa Gertrudis Academy. So a lot of good stuff going on around the area, and thank you guys so much for hitting us up on the chat, keeping us posted with what's going on around the area. Here we go, back to the action. Bases loaded here for Josh Garcia.
Missing
Brown.
outside.
Yeah, missed outside with that first offering.
So bases still loaded, 1 out. Brown right here, and another bind.
And that one's going to be driven out to center field. Galvan under it, makes the grab. Tagging is Hinojosa. Here comes the throw. Actually goes to third base, so the run will score. And they've got Chapa in the rundown. Going to tag him out for out number 3, and that was big right there.
Right.
They let the run score and instead went for Chapa.
That was a very, very smart play by Jaquay Stewart at first base. He saw that the run was already coming in, Jake. He's like, well, let's get this guy. So we'll trade a run for an out right there and kill the momentum, finish the inning. So heads-up play by Jaquay Stewart right there for Sinton.
And that's going to take us to the top of the 7th inning. You guys don't go anywhere. Blast Vision live from Beeville, Texas.
Chris Bernal with LB21 Tournaments and Perfect Game, hosting the best youth baseball tournaments in South Texas. Best youth baseball tournaments in South Texas. LB21, supporting youth baseball in the Coastal Bend area.
J Styles and Cuts on Castores for all your hair needs. Call them at 361-854-7246 to make an appointment today. J Styles and Cuts, proud supporters of South Texas baseball.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. We are headed to the top of the 7th inning here in Beeville, Texas. And this game was zipping right along, but we had a couple of long half innings as the Tuloso-Midway Warriors were trying to get back into it. Did put up a couple of runs. They put up 1 run in the bottom of the 5th and 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. So 9-3 our ball game. But we're headed to the top of the 7th inning, and Sinton Pirates.
Sorry to interrupt you, but now they get 1, or I know TM gets 2 runs, but they limited the damage, like I said, by Jaquay Stewart. Heads up play, kills the momentum a little bit, and I'm sure Sinton's still not done. They're gonna want to add, those 2 runs they allowed. You can never be too comfortable in a ball game.
No, absolutely not. No lead is too big, and especially in high school baseball.
And now the mosquitoes are coming out.
Yeah, now the mosquitoes are in full force, and I thought yesterday after that drive home with the windows open, I thought, man, I'm windproof now. I am mosquito proof.
Right.
Shoot, I'm bulletproof, but obviously not, man. They're getting me, man.
Yeah, they are now. Yes. I hadn't felt them till right now.
I thought we were too high up here too. I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah. There's probably some standing water somewhere around here. Well, actually, that dip down there, maybe.
Chapa delivers the first pitch to Caden McCoy, low and outside, 1-0 the count. McCoy 0 for 3 in the ball game. Pitch on the way, and it misses up. 2-0. So McCoy, a ground out and a couple of fly outs. Looking for his first base hit. Fouls that one back. And a 2-1 count.
And no one's left.
No.
Even with the score at 9-3, everybody's still here.
It's still packed house.
Yep. And I think someone's relieving in the bullpen for Sinton.
Little looper, or it was a chopper over to the third baseman Puente. And Puente over to first in time, and they will retire McCoy once again. 1 down here in the top of the 7th. Marco Gonzalez to the plate. And Marco, he is 1 for 3. Couple of ground outs, but he singled his last time up. Fly ball into left field.
And it looks like number 3, Mitchell, is warming up for Sinton. Jake in the bullpen. Blake Mitchell.
Chopper misses low, 1-0. They're getting you too, huh?
Oh, yeah, here they come.
Pitch misses up, so 2-0 the count. Yeah, they love me, man, the Mosquitoes.
So, again, a score update from that Los Frensos game. Los Frensos is up 8-0 in the top of the 6th inning, Jake. That's going to be I wouldn't say a major upset because I know Los Frensos has had a good ball club the past few years. And I knew they would have a chance because that pitcher they had tonight, Victor Loa, he's a stud, man. And he's a lefty committed to Texas State. So I figured they would have a chance, but 8-0, I'm surprised by the score.
Yeah.
Especially Round Rock, the pedigree they got up there. I think they just finished beating Lake Travis. So wow, you got to include them in the South Texas, Rio Grande Valley. They're still from this area, so still got to give them props, right?
Absolutely. Swing and a miss right there. Full count here on Gonzalez. No, absolutely. And actually, we got asked if we were going to call that game because it was in the Corpus area. That pitch is going to be popped up behind second base. It looks like the second baseman, Rios, squeezes it for out number 2.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Corpus, that Coastal Bend, whoever's not, coming out to the game or whoever didn't have a game, I'm sure they're out there watching. I can bet you $100 Coach Yeager's there.
Watching. Yeah. He is a baseball junkie, without a doubt. Rene Galvan to the plate, and first pitch misses low and inside. 1-0 the count. It was that pitch is in the turf. Like I said, we got asked if we were going to call that game, and I said no. We were trying to spread ourselves out, show everybody some love in the area. And, we were Wednesday night up there with the Gregory Portland Wildcats talking to the Rouse guys that call for Rouse, and they couldn't believe it. They call for 3 different schools as that one misses in a 3-0 count here on Galvan. They couldn't believe it when we told them, they said, where are you going to be? And we told them, we're splitting up. Rudy's staying here covering both vets and GP, and then I'm going to be here, there, here. I was going to be a different place for the next 3 nights. And they were like, how many? I said, we still have 7 teams in the Coastal Bend area in the playoffs, and we're trying to show them all some love. But they couldn't believe that we had 7 schools still left in it.
Wow.
And Galvan with another hard hit ball, and that one gets past Stace. So here goes Galvan racing around the base paths. They're going to hold him up at second base. Man, he's fun to watch, man.
He's fast. That dude's fast. He gets to second base quick, man. He had thoughts about going to third base, too.
He did. Again.
Yeah, again, yep.
So a 2-out double for Galvan, and here come the Pirates once again. Rylan Galvan to the plate.
So like we mentioned before too, whoever's listening and tuning in, we will have a South Texas baseball team representing in the state tournament from the 4A, Sinton, TM, or Cal Allen. So there's one on the board.
That's one on the board, yeah.
And, I think I saw something where they broke a streak of, 17 years that no one made the state tournament, I think a couple years ago?
A couple of years, yeah, in 2019.
So start another new streak, right?
Yep, got it, yeah. That's all you can do is start it over, man. But, yeah, it was definitely something, man, when not a lot of locations, not a lot of cities, not a lot of towns, not a lot of areas can make that claim.
Right. Yeah, no doubt, man. And that's, when you really think about it and, even if it's one team, you still have a South Texas Coastal Bend team representing at the state tournament. So 17 years, that's a pretty significant stretch.
2-0 pitch, here it comes, misses up, 3-0. And when it gets down to it, like we said earlier, we were talking about coaches and how that the baseball community here is it's a tight-knit community. And so when it comes down to it, man, everybody kind of gets behind whoever's going.
Oh,
And I'll tell you what, that pitch is driven but slicing foul. First base side, going to get into the bullpen, 3-1. Um, you know, we make it a habit, go to the state tournament just to check it out all the time, whether we've got a team we're covering or not.
Right.
And we'll talk to the folks there. I mean, you know, and they love it when there's a South Texas team there because
The style of play.
and the amount of fans they bring.
Right.
They love it.
Yeah.
Strike 2 called, and it squirts away from Herrera. So Galvan over to third base, and he can get to third base pretty quick too there, Javier.
No doubt. Yeah, you know, and you know the Sinton fan base, and you got the Cal Allen fan base. You know, Bishop and Banquete would always travel. You know, foul 1 year. You know, they took the whole town, man. At one time, I remember reading that too. They're like, "Oh yeah, we shut down our town. We're going to Austin."
Popped up first base side in foul territory. Benavides actually almost came back into fair territory, but either way, Benavides makes the grab for out number 3. So they keep the Pirates off the board here in this inning, but down to their last 3 outs are the Tuloso-Midway Warriors. 9-3 Pirates. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Blast Vision live from Beeville, Texas.
Looking to expand your customer base? Hit a home run and advertise right here on Blast Vision. For more information, contact Jake Vasquez at 361-434-0705. That's 361-434-0705. Join us and show your support for South Texas athletics.
With the sun staying out later and the weather getting warmer, get out and grill. Stable Street Meat Market has the best selection of quality meats for your next barbecue. Known for their Angus beef fajitas, smoked sausages, and new authentic family recipe, Ponle brand spices. Like us on Facebook and never miss our weekly specials. We're located at 7626 South Staple Street, number 111 in Kings Crossing. But coming soon, our new location at 7418 South Staple Street is set to open in early 2022. Stable Street Meat Market, proud supporters of South Texas athletics.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Javier Guzman. Here we go. The Warriors down to their last 3 outs here. Let me reset the scoreboard. We were trying to get the camera set up. And we are in the bottom of the 7th inning. This is game 2 of this best of 3, and the Pirates already with a 1-0 lead in the series, so they're 3 outs away from punching their ticket.
And sure enough, they do bring Mitchell in to close the ball game. Jake, Blake Mitchell will be on the mound. He's had a hell of a night behind the plate, hell of a night hitting. So what else is left? Close out the game.
That's it.
And
so it looks like Galvan, he is going to take over behind the plate. And so we'll have a new shortstop, but I can't see the number just yet on the young man. They're trying to swat away mosquitoes here, too.
It looks Braden Brown, that shortstop. Goes from pitcher to shortstop.
So Mitchell on the mound, Galvan behind the plate, and Brown at short. And that's your defensive changes right there.
You know, and you don't lose very much when you get Galvan behind Mitchell at the plate, right?
Right?
Two of the, someone mentioned it on the stream, better catchers in the nation and state, and I don't disagree with that. That's you're right on there. They both have arms. They both call good games. They're fundamentally sound, and they can hit. So, and Ryland's committed to the University of Texas. Man, and when you look at that paper, if somebody didn't know from let's say the Dallas area, oh man, LSU, Texas, Alabama, they'll be like, wow, what? I bet you they'll be freaking out, Jake.
Yeah, I bet you they would.
Sam Houston State, Texas A&M Kingsville, wow, it's amazing, man, and they play like it too. Don't get me wrong, these guys, they're pretty legit, man, 100%.
And here they go, 3 outs away from punching their ticket. They'll face 9-1-2. So the Warriors, they will get the top of their order to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the first pitch from Mitchell, Battersby at the plate, and he fouls it off. So an 0-1 count.
And Mitchell, this guy besides catching and and hitting. He's been up to 91, 92 miles an hour. So you got a big time arm. Trying to close out the game, and for TM hitters, you got to go from Braden Brown, hitting his spots, throwing off speed. Now you come in with a guy, just chunking it. So you got to kind of adjust up there.
And quick.
Yeah, no doubt. 3 outs to play with. Sinton looking to move on to face Cal Allen in the regional finals. And everybody's already buzzing about it. I think I posted something on it, last night. And, man, I woke up today and I think there was like 270 likes and then 150 shares. And everybody's like, yeah, can't wait for this one, can't wait for that one. So it's gonna be a barn burner, that's for sure, Jake.
It's been something, Javier, that pitch is fouled back. Honestly, it's been something that people have been talking. It's been the buzz all year.
Yeah, no
with
doubt.
These two teams ranked 1 and 2.
And they didn't move.
Yeah.
They stayed 1 and 2 all year long.
Yeah.
So
it's been the buzz, around the area for a good long time, and what's just missing with that pitch. Pirates thought it was a strike, but called a ball by the home plate umpire. So 1 and 2 the count. And what's probably going to be unfortunate for folks like us who do streaming is one of the UL partners will most likely pick it up.
Right, yeah.
which means that we'll probably do just an audio stream for that. But I'll tell you what, we'll be there no matter what. So if you guys want to listen to it audio, no matter who advances here, we're going to be there.
Right.
But it probably will be a deal where, as that one's fouled off again. And kind of the way that works, if folks don't know, because a lot of folks were asking us, hey, what happened?
Right.
You guys have been calling GP and vets all season long. What happened? Why couldn't you, show a live stream? Well, the way that it works is the UIL is partnered up with some folks, and if they choose that they want a game, because of their partnership, they get exclusive rights to do a live stream. Strike 3 called, 1 away.
So Mitchell with a strikeout, 1 down. Yeah, and and every time, of course I post it on the page too, get it out there, and a lot of people, there, it's something to be here at the ball game, but now people are like, you know what, I'm gonna fire the pit up and watch the game.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
If you can't make it a game, you can watch it.
Yeah.
So, and that's what, unfortunately, COVID, the whole thing's, not a good situation, whatever, but it brought out this, it helps y'all
right.
too. It helps the streaming, it's a win-win situation, So,
There's the strike.
So, and now people are happy, even like the grandparents that, don't want to really go out and risk themselves getting sick. Hey, you know what, I can watch it on the TV now, so I've heard a lot of positive things about it, and, it's good. I mean, even Real Sports Live, I know they do it, and y'all do it, and it helps out a lot of the elderly and the sick people too that want to watch a game.
Swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts, and the Warriors are down to their final out here.
But y'all's quality, and it's second to none. I hear it all the time. They say, no, Blast Vision, they have good quality, so I always get.
We appreciate that, my man.
It's good.
We appreciate
so
that.
So Sinton fans are on their, they know it, they smell it, and, the reality is going to be reality now. Cal Allen versus Sinton with 1 more out.
Luis Rios.
And there it is.
Ground ball. The flip to Mitchell, and that will do it right there. And you said it, Javier. The reality is Sinton Pirates, Cal Allen Wildcats, and a chance to go to state on the line next week. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a lot of fun. You said it earlier, this offense against those pitchers, it's going to be fun to watch. Our final here, 9-3. I'm going to go through some final stats for us here in just a second. And then you guys don't go anywhere. We're going to have some post-game. Let me record this last out so that we can get you those final stats. And hang tight here. Here we go. Let me get you those final stats first, and then we'll wait. We've got someone on the field trying to get us the we're going to try and talk with the coaches. Just a second here. I'm going to get us set up real quick. So our final 9-3 Sinton Pirates with the win. And for the Pirates, 9 runs on 18 hits here in this ball game. For the Warriors, 3 runs on 4 hits. So a crazy stat up there, the first one that I gave. And the win goes to Braden Brown. 6 innings, 3 runs, all earned on 4 hits, 5 walks, and 8 strikeouts for Brown. He gets the win. Luis Rios takes the loss. 4 2/3 innings pitched. He allowed 7 runs, all earned on 13 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So Rios takes the loss. And we, before we go to our post game, we just want to say, huge congratulations to the Tuloso-Midway Warriors, Coach Akers and his staff, and what a phenomenal job those guys did this year. Like we mentioned, man, they were setting records every round they went. They were setting school records. And you said it earlier, man, a lot of guys coming back for them. Yes, they do lose some big seniors, but they've got a lot of young guys who have tasted this, and hopefully, for them, they want more. They will.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, TM, we battled with him all year. Being from Alice, we played them 4 times. Those guys, they came to play baseball every game. It didn't matter what the score was, and that Rios kid, like I said, competed on the mound. Benavides was a big part of their success, and Akers, this is his second year head coach for TM.
Right.
After David Marcelo left to Carroll.
All right, guys, sorry about that. We were trying to make sure that we let her know who we've got for player of the game. We're trying to talk to Coach Alanis maybe first. But we're going to go, man, this was tough. This was tough. We had a bunch of guys who did really good. And, I mean, when you got 18 hits in a ball game, that's pretty impressive. So, we went with a triple player of the game, a couple of guys that went 4 for 4 in the ball game, driving in several runs. But you can't leave Braden Brown out after what he did on the mound. So those guys are going to be our players of the game. And we're going to get Coach Alanis first. He's walking out this way. Coach, if you could stand on the Cougars' nose, that's probably the perfect spot right there.
Ready to go or what?
You are live and ready to go, Coach.
All right, brother. How y'all doing up there, man?
Oh, man, we are doing awesome. And how you doing down there?
Well, the mosquitoes got a little crazy at the end.
Yes, they did.
To do with baseball. But, we're feeling great, man. I think this is a goal that we've all set at some point in order to get back to this spot. But then again, we have bigger goals in mind, man. This group of young men have worked their tails off for many, many, off-season weight rooms. And, they've been through the works, guys. So I'm very proud of them and how they've handled their business. And, they deserve everything that they're getting.
Coach, we talked about it in the pregame. I've got Javier Guzman with me up here calling this game, and we talked about it in the pregame about how you guys trying to get back. You haven't been there since 2017 and that trip to state, and you know, a lot of these guys, you know, they were probably in the stands watching back then.
Absolutely.
And so,
yeah.
how cool is this? You know, a lot of little brothers, and you know, so some guys that were probably there watching, and now they get their chance. And man, it just seems like everything is clicking for you guys. Is that what it feels like?
Yeah, that's the bond, that's the chemistry that these guys have. I mean, we were talking about the Robstown series earlier before the game, and you know, Rylan Renee and Cannon. You know, they said, Coach, we wore the same shirt every you know, to every ball game, and you know, we got closer as a team. We sat in the same spot. I mean, that's the cool moment, and now they're actually getting to live their own. You know, they're leaving their own mark in the program now, man. So I'm so happy to have a group like that we have right now. They're so close with each other. I mean, you know, I think many groups are very close, but I feel like this group right here that I have, they're not only talented, but they treat each other like brothers.
And Coach, we couldn't select one player of the game. I don't know if you even knew, because they didn't put the hits up on the board, but you guys had 18 hits in this ball game. And
yeah, we scored up a lot of baseballs tonight, man.
Yep.
That's exactly what Javier was saying. He said, man, they just, you know, in the beginning it looked like you guys were maybe, you know, he was saying like maybe they were trying to feel Luis out, like just kind of put the bat on the ball and put the ball in play. But man, after they saw him that first time, the second time around, man, you know, I think Javier said, you know, after the second time around, they were swinging out of their shoes. They had seen his stuff, and man, they were just looking to do damage. And man, how do 18 hits? That's just insane that this far into the playoffs. But what do you attribute that to?
Man, that's the work that these guys put in, man. They're cage monsters. You know, they love getting in there and doing their thing. You know, these guys, you know, they're almost like professionals. I've been fortunate to be a part of professional ball, and they treat it in the aspect of, you know, that's the mindset that they want to have. You know, we've been very blessed to have a lot of at-bats this year. You know, we faced some good pitching early on in tournaments. We saw some slower adjusting pitches in district play that I felt like really had to, you know, go back to understanding how, in order to be patient at the plate. And, you know, when we got through the Bernie series, which I feel like that series to me has catapulted us into another level. It just put things in perspective because we started seeing more velo. We hadn't seen a whole lot of velo in district. Teams were throwing a lot of lollipoppers out there to us, man. So, you know, we've seen the best of everything as far as pitching. And, you know, as a hitter, you all know that it's something about the adjustments. And our guys have seen, I would say, a little bit of everything, guys. So it's a testament to what they've dedicated themselves to.
And Coach, you know, Javier, quick question, you know. So now, you know, now you got to go face two lefties from Catalan. You know, of course, I'm pretty sure you've heard all about them. You know, you got Lampkin, you got Perez, you know, and does this kind of help you going forward, like you said, you know, with Bernie and facing the pitching you did, but, you know, now you got to face two lefties back to back, I'm sure. You know, I'm sure these guys, they're going to have the mindset now, well, you know what, you know, we faced a guy, you know, throwing up to 91 miles an hour in the Bernie series. So I think, do you think that will carry over into the Cat Island series?
Yeah, it will, you know, and it's a confidence thing. You know, you don't want to overthink things as you get up there to the plate because you know how tough the mental game can be.
Right.
You know, the opportunity against lefties, you know, it's just the simple adjustments on how, you know, guys are seeing pitches and talking to each other in between. And, you know, I think the guys that we have will, you know, handle themselves in the aspect of understanding that is a challenge to them and they're ready for it. So whatever the matchup is, you know, I think the guys, you know, are ready. You know, it's a polished group that we have, and we're really looking forward to the matchup with Cal Allen.
Cool. Congrats, Coach. Congrats.
Yeah, congratulations,
Thanks,
Coach. We're looking forward to it too. But
Waterburger Field?
Waterburger Field, Coach. I don't know.
We'll see what happens,
the
man.
speculation and the buzz about, you know, it's been the buzz. We were talking about it's been the buzz since the beginning of the year because you guys ranked 1 and 2, and so it's been the big buzz. And yeah, man, we'll see what happens. But we're certainly glad to have been here tonight. We want to thank you for always taking the time to talk to us in our post game. We appreciate you a bunch. I know you guys are trying to get out of here, and I can see the mosquitoes attacking you down there.
Yeah,
and they're still
great.
attacking us way up here, believe it or not, man. So
no, man, we're good. We definitely appreciate you guys with the coverage. Javier, you've done a great job with your group on Facebook, man. I think, like you say all the time, man, South Texas is a different breed of baseball. And we are very fortunate to have the skill and the fan support all the way around through South Texas. So, whoever is up into the state tournament, I think there's a lot of communities that are going to rally around these groups, man, and we hope to be one of them.
Absolutely, Coach. Again, thank you and congratulations to you guys. We will see you next week one way or the other.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They get the players again?
And, we'll see if we can get the players of the game here real quick. The mosquitoes are really getting us now, man. They kind of turn the lights off here, and the mosquitoes are just going to town. And I don't know. I don't think the players are out of the dugout at this point. Let's find out. Let's lower this down real quick so you guys don't have to hear it. Cindy, are the players even in the dugout anymore? Are we going to be able to get them?
It looks like a lot of them have left, but who can I call? Number 2, I see number 3.
Okay, number 2 is Braden Brown. We'll talk to Braden Brown.
And they said number 3.
And number 3 is Mitchell. We'll talk to Mitchell as well. Brown and Mitchell.
You can call like that. You can work with your face down. Take that hat out there with you. Yes, sir. You can.
So we'll give them a second here, guys. They're going to see if we could get a couple of these fellas before we break it down. And before we get carried away by a mosquito, which might happen first. And I don't know who that is right there, but this is going to be interesting right here, Javier.
You got a sombrero on there.
Someone has got the sombrero on.
It looks like Brown.
Is that you, Braden?
Yes, sir. It's me.
This is Jake Vasquez and Javier Guzman right up here, man.
I see you.
Come on out here so everyone can see you. Get over here, man. They got to see this hat you got on right here. If you can, right there on the S of the Cougars, that'd be good right there, man. Hey, first of all, young man, congratulations on the big win. And we were talking about it. And the last time these guys went, you were a little brother, probably watching in the stands. But how cool is this to be able to be, now it's your turn.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's great. Fred's a competitor, and he really, paved the way for me and showed me how to get it done. So all the props to him. And if he's watching right now, tell him I love him and ball out tonight because he's playing, I'm pretty sure.
Man, that's got to be pretty awesome. And I want to say that I remember, it was at St. Mary's University in 2019, and I want to say I remember seeing you there, with him, and that was a tough loss, of course, for the Pirates. But that's the way it goes. The new generation comes in, and now it's y'all's turn. And just tell us, Javier and I Javier made the observation of the fact that it seemed like that you guys picked up something on them and that they're good fastball hitting team and so you had the breaking stuff going early in the ball game. And was that kind of the game plan coming in against them?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, the fastball was kind of off tonight. I was losing it a little bit, but I usually rely on my off-speed stuff to get me going, so it helped.
Right, yeah, and Braden, I did see, you were pitching backwards on your hitters. You would throw your curve. You throw a curveball and a slider, or it's just a curveball?
Both. Yes,
yeah,
sir,
that's what I figured. I told Jake I could see your pitches. One was a tighter break, and I was telling him, you were pitching backwards on the TM hitters, and we played them 4 times this year, and I kind of, they're good fastball hitters, and you were pitching backwards, getting ahead on the curveball and the slider, and then you would come back with a fastball and freeze them. So they were kind of confused up there a little bit in the first 4 or 5 innings, and you did a great job out there tonight, man. And congrats on the win. And hey, man, what else you want? Number 1, number 2 in the state next week, huh?
Oh, let's go, baby. We're going.
Braden Brown, one of our players of the game. We appreciate you coming out here and talking to us again. Congratulations. We'll see you next week. We would love to talk to Blake Mitchell if we could. Real quick, tell me about that young man, 4 for 4 at the plate, and Jaquay Stewart as well. Just tell me about this offense, man.
Oh man, it's so easy to pitch when those guys are stroking the ball. Man, I love both of them, and they create so much energy at the plate. I love those dudes.
Well, we'd love to talk to him, and again, congratulations, young man. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Congrats.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We've got Blake Mitchell, and we probably won't get Jaquay Stewart. They are actually trying. They're trying to get out of here, and I'm sure they're trying to get us out of here as well. So we're gonna talk with Mitchell, but Blake, Jake Vasquez, Javier Guzman up here in the booth, and co-player of the game. And actually, we selected 3 of you guys. We selected that guy over there in the sombrero. We selected you and Jaquay Stewart. I mean, both of you 4 for 4 at the plate. I don't know if you even knew this, but 18 hits you guys pounded out tonight. Impressive, very, very impressive. And how are you guys able to do that? I mean, did it just look like a beach ball up there? What was going on?
Yes, sir. The ball was just flying tonight, They good contact, hitting it on the barrel, and getting quality ABs. Just going out there and hitting everything on the barrel.
And talk to me about Braden and the job that he did for you guys tonight. He had them off balance pretty much the entire game. They didn't quite figure him out till way later in the ball game. And what kind of young man is that? And how confident are you guys when he's out there?
Yes, sir. I love him. He commands the fastball. He hits spots well. He keeps him off balance. He does his thing.
Oh, yeah, and quick question, Mitchell. You hit 4 for 4. You call it a great game behind the plate, and and then you come in and you close the game out, and you've touched 91, 92. So, you're a jack of all trades, man. And you're just a sophomore. So, what can you do? I mean, congrats on the victory, of course. Now you got Cal Allen. That's a talk of South Texas right now. So, what can you do to get even better at what you do? Just a quick question, because I know you got it all, man.
Yes, sir. Just keep working hard, doing my thing. Just go out there, compete every day, and get quality reps.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, young man. And again, congratulations on the big win. We'll see you guys next week. Blake Mitchell, our co-player of the game. And if you would, give Jaquay Stewart a high five for us, man, and tell him that he also made co-player of the game. We just didn't have enough time to get everybody out here. I know you guys are trying to get out of here. Your folks are probably waiting, man, and I'm sure you're ready to eat something too. So go get that done, man. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's going to wrap things up for us here, guys. Javier, again, I want to thank you so much, man, for joining me here. It always a pleasure, man. I love the baseball knowledge and doing big things with the South Texas High School baseball page that you got going on. So keep that rolling, my man, and a big matchup next week. I know the buzz is going to be on your page all week long, even bigger than it has been.
No
it's
doubt.
going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Jake, I mean, if they don't get Waterburger Field, man, then that's a mistake number 1. Yeah, it was talked about, like you said, it was hyped. They just had to do their job, and everybody did their job, and now they're here. And Cal Allen really didn't have a bump in the road. I think Novato was probably their toughest matchup they had in the playoffs. Yeah. And Sinton had a bump in the road early, with Bernie. So I think both teams are going to be well prepared. Both have great coaches. Both have great players. I mean, it's going to be like a college baseball game, pretty much. I mean, at the level of a college baseball game, I want to say, just an opinion, just
observation, man.
So you're not going to see a lot of errors. You're going to see great pitching, and you're going to see big time plays. You're going to see big time defense. I mean, what else you want, right?
That's it.
I mean,
what else can you ask for?
It's like the Moody and Cal Allen back then, right? Yeah. I mean, what else? That's what it is, you can't say nothing else about that, So
it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you guys, we'll certainly try to be there. We'll be there either way. We'll try to bring it to you live stream, but I have a feeling that as big as it is, it's going to get picked up, and we may not be the ones to be able to.
Maybe they won't want to travel all the way to Corpus.
Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't. But I just have this feeling. It's huge. It is huge, not just for South Texas. It's huge. It's the biggest deal.
Right.
You're the number one and number two team in the state, and only one of them gets a chance to go play for a state championship. So that's a big deal. But either way, we're gonna be there. We'll bring it to you guys, whether it's live stream or it's just our audio like we used to. We'll be there. We'll bring it for you guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and we can't wait, man.
And just before we leave, good luck to Betts tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Good luck to Bishop, and we'll have another matchup, Bishop and London, from the same district. So that'll guarantee us another South Texas team in the state tournament, right?
That's right. Good luck to the Bishop Badgers. They got to win one more ball game, and for Vets a little bit tougher, but not impossible. They got to win two. They've got Acuna to go tomorrow in game 2, and they just got to get to a game 3, and anything can happen.
Yep.
So good luck also to the Veterans Memorial Eagles. Thank you to everyone who watched tonight. Thank you to everyone who sent us score updates all night, everyone who hit us up on the chat. You guys rock, and you're the reason that we do what we do. So thank you guys so much. Thanks again to Javier, signing out here from Beeville, Texas, Blast Vision Live. And we'll see you tomorrow. I will have those Bishop Badgers. Let me give you a time check real quick. Bishop gets underway tomorrow at 4 p.m. We'll be on the air at 3:30 with the pregame show. So 4 p.m. tomorrow, Rudy will have the Veterans Memorial Eagles. They get underway at 1 p.m. He'll be on at 12:30 with pregame. So 1 p.m., 12:30 pregame over on Blast Vision 2, and I'll be on the air with the Bishop Badgers right here on Blast Vision. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow.